expected. So you can see X7 here going to try and contest piano window. This is what's so strong about, you know, if you do play piano, is that you get so many sidelines. Like Mercs is able to find a frag here off of Maker's frag, and Doctor will find the frag of his own towards X7. Two huge players from the side of Union Gaming already removed as BO3 and X7 both go down. Sparko is going to try and get the trade off. He knows that Doctor is still here towards the bathroom. They can make something happen. While the rotation is open, I don't think Doctor wants to go too aggressive on that, and so they're just going to hold him and keep him there. And what they can do, though, is Sandy is on the Ash, rather, and so they can kind of make their own entry if they really want to flush Doctor out. But Doctor's going to peek, but he's going to get found. Even with the low HP there, he's going to win that fight there, Sandy. Very peachy of him. Beat is going to find another frag going their way here for Union Gaming in a row, and that is going to be now to a 3v2 situation. Maker and Taha, what can they do? They are both here closer towards the archives part of the map, actually playing towards pipes and pillar here, Taha. So they're going to be playing off of each other, and I think this is the right situation to do. 3v2 situation. Sandy is very low. 15 seconds left on the clock. If they can get a pick off on one of these full health players, probably beat, then this might work out in their favor. Sparko is going to be covering him.
Oh, no.
Good find. Maker's going to go down. Sparko's going to find a second frag, and Taha will get down, and that will be the round going to Union Gaming as they take the first map.
Wow, Union Gaming seem to have lost it, or slipping and losing it at the end there, but some very nice kills there from Sparko on the fuse will be able to give them the round they need to push Union G Gaming into the first map, which they will take with a very nice scoreline of 7-2. Please disregard the scoreline there that was just shown was after the rehost, so don't worry too much about that. Let's not stress that kind of rehost stuff. But, you know, that's a very, very bold statement on the side of Union Gaming about where they want this match to be. This is pretty much saying, you know what, we're taking control. We don't rehost subbing in a player. Psh, none of that matters when we're peeking all the way through. We're winning our gunfights like that. But I'm moving into Clubhouse now, Blue. What do you think? What's your prediction here? Considering that both times Union won it 7-4.
I mean, it's already looking really good for Union. I think they're going to probably take the series 2-0, to be completely honest with you. They also have more experience, at least on stats-wise, playing on Clubhouse than MercenarieZ have. I don't doubt MercenarieZ have scrimmed Clubhouse millions of times, right? But Union Gaming, at least, have been more effective and more, what do you call this? More successful when it comes to playing on Clubhouse recently than MercenarieZ simply have been. And especially in the series, they've had their number. Winning this one 7-2, that is a very, very big, decisive win going the way of Union Gaming. And so I don't doubt that more is to come for them coming into our map number 2, which will be Clubhouse. Will we go into map number 3? Will we go into Cafe, our final map? Possible, but improbable.
And yeah, so, you know, just before we move to a possible slight break here, maybe this is the time they need to kind of get adjusted with the sub that they have put in Taha on from MercenarieZ, because, you know, it's not exactly like they had very much to be able to do with the first round ending and them being absolutely good nighted out of this world. So yeah, hopefully something comes out of that, but we will be moving to a small little break.
And I've been chillin', watching the ocean with you. Baby up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our growlings when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding. bass guitar. Simmer down and mess me up. Tripping like I'm Jimmy at Woodstock. They are drumming round in your red Ford. Shivers down my spinal cord. Oh, 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 oh. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes sound funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word. 'Cause you got me holding, holding.
I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. I saw no shadow, I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow, but felt the glow. The warmth inside me, it kept me afloat. It felt like heaven had found my bones and gave me comfort when I feel alone. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. My best friend to 23. I heard the heavens crying above me. They gained an angel, I lost a friend. I felt like dying again and again. I went through hell, stared at death, but I keep fighting with each living breath. I saw no way out from where I stood. Felt like the fire had burned me through. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Streamline Media broadcasting of the APAC 6 Invitational closed qualifiers between Union Gaming and MercenarieZ. Just for a bit of an update, we've had a bit of problems. So if you don't know right now, it's not just here from our broadcasting area, but also in the world in general, in Asia, Europe, and even in America as well. There's been a huge kind of downage of things from Google and YouTube and things like that. So that's why our stream was kind of a bit funky. So just to kind of cap us off, at the end of the last match, we saw Union Gaming kind of finish off after MercenarieZ needed a rehost to sub in Taha for Hasib, and so now they're going to play with Taha as their substitute player for the side of MercenarieZ.
Yeah.
But we saw Union Gaming kind of take it over in general, and I am once again joined by the lovely Back and Boo.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Saad. So, guys, once again, a recap of what happened. They started that last match, their MercenarieZ, with Hasib, but he disconnected. That's why we had to rehost everything. And then, well, Taha came in his place. Still, though, not enough. Fresh legs were not, enough to really beat the prowess of Union Gaming during that previous round. And so, Union Gaming take it 7-2, and they are now up in the series 1-0. What was interesting, if you guys, obviously some of you guys were not able to watch what happened in the first map, was that they were actually relegating the top 4 of the CEO site entirely. We had not seen a single defensive round where they actually held onto CEO. What is interesting though, right, Sot, was that they would play basement and they would play lobby and hell, even actually tellers and archives, but still hold on to CEO. And there was something that was very interesting coming from MercenarieZ, wherein they would use the mirror window inside break room round after round after round to expect some sort of admin push. It just never came to their credit, and so Union Gaming did take it 1-0. But we are finally ready to get into our game, I do believe, here, as the lobby is full. Hopefully, we're going to get a smooth game coming here, as Clubhouse is going to be our map number 2. Will we go to a map number 3? Cafe? Perhaps? Maybe? Possible? Yes, but not likely. I think, though, for my predictions here, Union Gaming are probably going to take this one 2-0 as we move into Clubhouse.
And so now, what do you think, Blue, are going to be our kind of bans for this map? I think, for me at least, Clubhouse is very much signified by like a Maverick or an Ace ban, maybe Hibana ban, especially with the new Hibana rework that has made her like 1,000 times better in my opinion. The ability to kind of see which ones you want to do and change it up has made it really, really easy to do. And normally on defense, yeah, Kaid ban or something like that. But what do you think? What do you think about this map?
You're going to have to pick your poison. Do you want to play around the Hibana or do you want to play around the Maverick, really? Because both of them are very good on Clubhouse for different reasons. Hibana, because, well, when you're taking basement, she can open up every single hatch, right? She can open up to 4 hatches because of the new rework. With Maverick, though, this is probably the best map for Maverick, like, bar none, right? So Clubhouse is very good for him. I wouldn't be surprised as well, though. They do ban Thatcher, and his next ban coming from MercenarieZ, I bet it's going to be either Hibana or Maverick. Like, that's like the most reasonable or obvious first glance choice, really.
And we will see the Thatcher ban coming out from Union Gaming, and as we will see the MercenarieZ attack ban, it is Maverick. It looks like our calls are on point today, Blue. But now we will see exactly what they are going to do with the defense bans here, as MercenarieZ most likely going to pick something like Kaid ban to try and force them out and force a lot more utility, especially considering that they're starting on the attack first here. And it is going to be a Kaid ban. I'm feeling good today about this one. What do you think the last ban's going to be, Blue?
Ooh, Kaid. A big ban coming in from them. I wouldn't be surprised if they banned Valkyrie here, but it can really go either way, considering how they're looking. This is coming from Union Gaming, mind you, and they did ban Thatcher. They're going to be banning Goyo. Very interestingly enough, coming here. So Goyo, let me think about this for a second. Where would Goyo be strong? He can help, yes, on cash. On basement, he is good too. I think Gem is really where you'd want to apply him, though, if you did have a Goyo. And knowing how a lot of the picks earlier in the first map on which side takes priority was a lot different from what we normally see. I wouldn't be surprised to see the same here, but they're going to be going into Church and Arsenal on the basement to start things off here. Union Gaming and Ela coming out here from X7.
thinking about it more actually, for the Goyo placement, I think it actually would be really helpful on things like blue, especially if like a Jaeger or Mai playing
Yeah.
behind it, or even in like the main corridor there. But yeah, I agree with you. I think Jim is where it has like the most kind of potential, being able to just hold down Jim from the kind of Jacuzzi War area. But as we move into the prep phase here, we see a very kind of standard lineup coming out from both teams here. You have the dual hard breach of Hibana and Ace coming out from Fatah and Me7, while on the Union Gaming side, you have once again, a very kind of standard layout. They've had to forego things such as the Kaid, and now will most likely have someone. They can have someone playing up top in Office to kind of prevent any X Kairos or Selma charges going out, and they'll have Beat most likely alongside X7 to be able to hold this top floor roam, very much in the style of what we used to call the SSG hold. Oh yeah, it's back, baby.
Yeah, actually, kind of an interesting thing, the fact that they nerfed Jaeger and Wamai so much kind of opened things up to allow different compositions that have pretty much expired, right? We haven't seen SSG's like clubhouse Roman holding the basement be popular for like 2 seasons now, but because of this change up, it's actually been coming back into the meta. I've seen it a lot more lately, especially in APAC too, where it does happen. So you're gonna be doing somewhat of the same. Of course, it's gonna be a bit different now because, well, here X7 on the Mozzie is not gonna have his own super shoddy to help make rotations and sightlines, but it's still doable. You just need a bit of help, like there with Butte. He has a shotgun, obviously he's mute. Sparko as well with a shotgun there on the smoke. So it is still doable, and I do think it has come back to life now with this new meta. What's interesting though is that typically the reason why the roam does work so heavily, and good opening pick as well from the Mozzie coming in here, just talking about him X7, he's probably going to find a second to, will he? It's a question of getting on the down, but there he is, gets a trade off. Taha goes down, a double kill coming in from X7. He's done his job right now, although still, hopefully he can get himself rezzed up. Fatar will get the frag though on X7, and that's going to bring things back a bit more equalized. Still though, good opening play coming from X7.
And you know, you've lost your IQ as well as your sledge, two very kind of crucial operators for this bottom floor take. You know, if it was a top floor take, you know, losing a sledge is okay, but the IQ is so essential for getting rid of those things such as Valcam, such as your mute, such as your ADS Jaegers. And you know, the sledge has utility that he can use to open up things such as the kitchen floor in order to gain a lot more lines of sight into Armory. So yeah, what a wonderful kind of swing out there from EX7. Sorry, from X7, as Jittery's now joined the fight. He's decided, you know what, X7, you know, you've had your bit of fun, but now it's my turn to kind of go in. Jittery will take a few gunfights, but have nothing of it. Everyone, no worries, no worries. And Mako will just rotate out through kitchen, as Me7 now will join him, and they will leave the diffuser outside with Fatah. And then now the hatch the kitchen hatch is going to be open, and with 55 seconds left on the clock, looks like Mercenaries are going to need to find the pick, and yes they will. Zofia, Maker, he's done a lot, he's making this round so to speak, and now it's up to a 3v3, full HP on all of our operators in this round right now. 40 seconds left. Doctor has unfortunately disconnected, but it's okay. He wasn't one that was actually alive. So for now, it's still going to be a 3-on-3. 34 seconds left on the clock now. Beat with the shotgun is going to be really, really powerful here to be able to just kill anyone who drops down or gets close inside dirt. Sandy still has a C4 on him, and Jittery is once again using those bullet holes. Very, very disgusting lines of sight here, as Me7 is going to start peeking around in the motor hatch, as lots of damage coming out on both Maker and Beat here. C4 comes out. Will it get the kill? No, it will not. Fatah with 3 seconds left on the plant. He's going to shotgun open, but there's nothing else that Beat can do. Maker has now covered the plant. Everyone's rotated out. Me rotates out of kitchen to prevent himself from being C4'd. Sandy now on the roam with Jittery to try and retake this. Beat has been downed. It is now effectively a 2v3, but Maker is also low. Fatah will pick up one more kill. It is now a 2-on-2 now. Maker with a bit less than 25 HP with Fatah very much solely planted downstairs. Oh, an unfortunate peek there. 20 seconds left on the clock. They have to start going for this. Sandy's going to be down by Fatah. Absolutely wonderful play here. And he'll pick up the second kill. Wonderful stuff from Mercenaries to be able to take that first round. And looks like we will have to go to a rehost at this point. But for all purposes, that was an amazing round from Mercenaries to be able to take it.
Good opening round coming from Mercenaries to steal it away, even after giving up the 2 opening picks to the side of Union Gaming. It was EX7, X7 there in the Mozzie to be able to find the 2 opening picks. They lost the Mozzie, they lost the Thatcher. I mean, they lost the IQ, they lost the Thatcher. So that's a lot of their electronic removal already removed early on. And so good adjustment by them. They're actually very fortunate for the side of Union Gaming that Mercenaries didn't press the issue towards Blue, because Blue had not a single reinforcement at all. Blue was very open, actually. They did have a Jaeger inside it. Yes, they had the rotation, but if they really wanted to, they could have completely ignored the top floor, went into Blue, went into dirt, pressed the issue, get the plant down there inside Arsenal, and then perhaps even win that fight even more decisively. Still though, Mercenaries are able to take that round even with giving up the deficit early on. So good job to Mercenaries. That is one of the best adjustments we've seen from them this entire series.
And I think it's very interesting as well, because I feel like what happened in the timeout, especially going between maps, is they looked at the stats and they said, you know what, Fatah, I'm looking at these stats from console here. Man, you're gonna pick up your game a bit. And Fatah absolutely I think almost single-handedly, makes that round with that very, very nice snap to the shot to the heads of the Union Gaming team. But before we move to a quick break, what do you think you're going to see now that we have a general idea of how this kind of match is going to play out? How do you think that the first round has changed your opinion on these two teams?
I mean, Mercenaries are looking a lot better now than they were earlier on the first map, but Union Gaming still credit to the adjustments they made. They realized, okay, we can't just push this because they're holding from Kitchen, so let's make the adjustments. So guys, we have to make a short adjustment as well, so we're getting back after a short break. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back in a hair.
Bass guitar, simmer down and mash me up, tripping like I'm Jimmy at Woodstock. Drum me around in your red Ford, shivers down my spinal cord. Oh, 'cause you got me holding. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey, and I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding.
Lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. I saw no shadow, I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow, but felt a glow. The warmth inside me, it kept me afloat. It felt like heaven had found my bones and gave me comfort when I feel alone. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. Best friend to 23. I heard the heavens crying above me. The game's an angel, I lost a friend. I felt like dying again and again. I went through hell, stared at death, but I keep fighting with each living breath. I saw no way out from where I stood. Felt like the fire had burned me through. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Streamline Media's broadcast of the APAC closed qualifier. We're just jumping right back into the game between Union Gaming and Mercenaries. I am joined with Blue once again. So yeah, just to reiterate, we've had a lot of troubles, especially not just us, but a lot of people around the world with Google and YouTube and things like that being down. So we've had to have a small rehost. But just to catch you up, if you were missing the first round, Mercenaries took a very succinct kind of win on the bottom floor against Union Gaming with a very kind of nice and very structured attack. I'm saying very a lot. It seems like it's very overused, but it
Well,
was incredibly structured. Sorry, go
it
for it, Blue.
was it was actually quite of a back and forth round, that one, you know, with UG finding the opening picks and then Mercenaries getting the plant down, but then still having a man disadvantage, but then UG able to actually kill most of the players for Mercenaries, but then Mercenaries here for Fatar able to get a double kill to clutch it out. So it was really a back and forth, right? A boxing match really in a single round. So we're gonna be moving now into, very curiously, gym and bedroom as our second site.
Interesting. Especially as well, considering that we said that the Goyo was banned mostly for this gym site, which I kind of can understand as well. But you know, I wonder what they've brought to this site that they know that they can win with, especially considering that they can still play church and they can still play cash. Maybe it's just something with South Asia, you know. On the consulate match, they really didn't want to play a top floor. Maybe it's the same thing with cash on this site. Maybe they just really don't like those kind of meta picks because they're very overdone and they have a lot of history between it. So we will have to see what Mercenaries and Union Gaming, what Union Gaming has to offer for this gym defense and what Mercenaries will have in response.
You know what's very interesting is that, like, from all the esports that I do follow, it
Hmm.
seems like Rainbow Six Siege has one of this more very unique in terms of, like, each region has a very unique playstyle, very unique facets to them. I don't see you'll literally see uh, APAC, North America, EU. That's also dividing APAC into South and North APAC, and the ANZ regions play the same exact sites very differently and have very different setups in between different teams too. And that's what I love about this game right now is that you'd never expect for a team to want to pick Gym, as their more favorable site, but in this case, that's exactly what Union Gaming does. Jittery though, gonna try and contest here towards the garage wall. Don't get too over eager though, because that's not
Ooh.
necessarily usually a favorable fight. But look at this angle from AX7 with the punch hole.
And yeah, I have to kind of agree. And I think this is why the sixth invitational for this year is going to be extra kind of fun because you have teams like Giants and Cloud9 who haven't seen a lot of success in the international stage, but have a lot of APAC success anyway. But while I'm talking, looks like Jittery will find a killer and try to find himself another, but he'll rotate down through blue and things like that. Doctor is out. That's your IQ. Someone really, really important for finding those Val camps, ones that are especially thrown outside. Me7's going to be waiting outside cash window, looking to see if he can jump in, looking to see if it's clear. The drone will come out. Sandy will destroy the drone, and now there is no information on the side of Mercenaries regarding this CCTV and cash hold here. Me7 looks around, checking, trying to make sure that everything is clear, but Jittery and X7 are both on this bottom floor roam. They still have so much utility and so much power to work with, and with a minute left on the clock, Mercenary seems to have stalled out, but not for long. Maker will get a kill onto Jittery, making a 4v4. Now with 53 seconds left on the clock, they know that main set has to be kind of sectioned off, Union Gaming do. But Taha will get rid of the first Maestro cam that exists there, and Me7 will get a kill onto, I believe it was Sparko, but unfortunately, Sandy will be there for the refrag, and now it's a 3-on-3 with 35 seconds remaining. There's a lot more time that Union Gaming have to work with. But Mercenary, especially Taha, he's been subbed on, and now he's getting the frags that he deserves. But Taha will be going for the plant. We believe it is going down. Yes, it will. And now it's a 2v2 situation here with both of them being fairly low. A 1v2 situation now, as I believe Fatah will pick up a second kill of the round. Yes, Sandy now in a 1v2 situation. Fatah has just a bit below 25 HP. Maker going for putting the Claymore down, and with 25 seconds left on the clock, Sandy will start their first hit. Pre-fires coming out, nothing of it. Sandy missing shots, Maker missing shots. 20 seconds left on the clock. He really has to go for this one, Sandy does, because now he's not going to have much time to fake it one more time. He's going to start it one more time as well. Maker going to open up the floor beneath, looking for the angle. He finds it, and Mercenaries would take the second round.
A great round there for Mercenaries. You can see exactly why the Womai there at the end of it was really playing towards cash instead, because, well, you can deny the entirety of like the balcony if you do peek in from the CCTV window. Of course, well, it can go both ways, and they know that, so he had to wrap around to go for the defuse. His team, the anchors left on site, were found even after very valiant efforts still. NT, but the 2-0 start here for Mercenaries. They will be pulling out the Hibana once again, Ace, Zophie, Sledge, and IQ. This lineup has been working quite well for them, actually, these past two rounds. We saw Ace there and Fatar clutch it out in the end with the 1v2 on the first round. So Sparko here on the smoke, Mozzie on the X7, Jittery, Jaeger, Sandy, Valkyrie, and Mute on Butte. That rhymes.
And yeah, it's interesting, Blue. It really is. They have still not decided to go to cash. They think that they can win this church defense once more. What do you think it is about cash? Because I know we talked about them not playing the top floor for for consulate, but what do you think it is about cash and CCTV that they don't want to play it?
I don't know, honestly, because like cash and CCTV is normally like the best side. I think they're just wary of having to contest, the outside hold from the balcony with the rappel, and then also having to fight for garage, which they probably feel that is not worth fighting for garage, really, because we've seen them, yes, have a player inside garage, like for Jittery here on the Jaeger, but he normally gives it up. Well, in that case, well, he died during the previous round, but it didn't look like they were really looking to hard anchor hold down garage, and so I don't think they're comfortable in doing that, and that's exactly why they keep on going here for basement or like the last round, gym instead of the top floor there on cash, and I'm very curious to see. Of course, I very heavily doubt they're going to go towards bar, because that's literally one of the worst sites in the entire game, but It does look like they are favoring once again here basement and the gym over cash very heavily. It's so an opening pick from Jittery this time, not the first one to go down, but the first one to find the frag. Maker, he's gonna get traded off. That's a big fragging capabilities and potential away already from Mercenaries to start things off.
And you know, Maker had a very, very good few rounds in the previous map, and so shutting him off here on the Zofia will not only be giving Union Gaming the kind of space that they need in terms of not having to worry about fraggers, but also will give them the space that they need to not have to worry about things like the Claymore or even Zophia's charges. As Jittery's going to go for 2, yes, he will find Taha. Now it's a 5v3 situation, and no HP lost here. This is the perfect scenario that Mercenaries could, that Union Gaming could have wanted. As for Taha's going to kind of peek around to try and see if he can find him, but Jittery has already rotated off up towards the club stairs, and now Doctor will begin to push and try and find the person inside cash, which is Beat on the mute. The SMG-11 is hoisted up, but will he be able to make anything of it? As Doctor begins the push, he's been spotted out, and Doctor will begin to just try and find more drones to use and to suss out what exactly is here. And
Doctor,
now, you know, Beat is on, still holding this angle very tight. He knows that Doctor has to come through here and is almost waiting for it. You will see the second drone coming out. Doctor's going to swing wide now and actually get the kill. It's a 4v3 scenario now, but with 1 minute and 15 on the clock, you know, Beat and Jittery have done their job, especially when someone's going to be peeking, but no, Fatah will be better in this gunfight. And now with a minute left, there's going to be a 3-on-3 situation. And, you know, even if Mercenaries get more control here, look at the HP on the sides of Mercenaries. There's like Doctor's lost a bit less than 75. Me7's lost a bit less than 25, and you know, on Union Gaming side they have nothing lost, Blue. And so with 45 seconds left on the clock, I really wonder how Mercenaries are going to be able to pull this round out, especially considering people like Sandy are holding the off angle for the retake.
you can see Sandy there choosing to go a bit more aggressive because, well, all of her Valcams are already been removed. They do have an IQ in the side here of Mercenaries, and that really happens, you know, the type of aggressiveness that she can put out and type of help that she might be able to bring to the team and utility. So he's gonna hold on to this angle, might get the down on Sparko. No, Sparko just darkening wide, but the good nitro cell denial on the planter onto Fatar from Sandy. He will drop her down in 10 seconds left on the clock as Doctor is able to find the frag on the X7. It's gonna be a 2v2 situation. Well, make it more like a 1v2 as Sparko is already down but not out. But Sandy here gonna find the fight. He's gonna win it. Sandy gets a double kill to get Union Gaming their first round on the board.
Man, I almost jinxed myself there, didn't I? I said, oh, you know, it's almost impossible for Union Gaming to lose this. But man, Mercenaries really putting up a strong fight there, especially trying to keep away the person locked away at Dirt, which they were so very close to being able to do. But now we will see them move back up to Gym. They will not go up to Cash CCTV. They will try to stick this Gym bedroom. If we see a bar and delivery or a stock / supply room hold, I will lose my mind, Blue. This is really an interesting qualifier where they seem to not want to pick what is generally considered as the most kind of stable and most kind of proficient site to hold here.
It would be very funny to see a stock hold, right? I mean, we've seen it happen. I've seen it happen once or twice, maybe in UNA and NA. And you have, it's a very one-off site though. The only time it's ever worked is when it's picked unexpectedly, and then they only do that for that one round. They never play the site again, right? So that's kind of more of what is going to have to happen here. But we're going to be going back onto Gym and onto Bedroom. So hopefully for the side of Union Gaming here, it's going to work out better in their favor. But Mercenaries right now are looking a lot better than they were on map number 1. They are going to be having the IQ once again, who has been very important into removing these Valcams here from EX7 and finding that in the first place. You're going to have Taha here on the sledge, Fahar on the Ace, who's been doing very well with that Ace too. High fragging Ace, really, this entire game. Hibana on me and Doctor on the Zofia. This time though, Doctor has to make sure he's not going to get picked early on because Jittery had his number in the previous round. So let's hope it doesn't happen again. Jittery, I think he's going to be playing here towards Garage again. He's been doing that for 3 rounds in a row right now. And Mercenaries might just catch on, so he has to be careful of this catwalk position he's playing in. As we're going to try and open here the wall towards the bedroom, the big wall, rather, towards Cash. The reason why you even reinforce Cash room, big wall to balcony, if you're not even holding it, well, that's so that you can play inside CCTV in the first place, so that you can actually deny this entire balcony. But it doesn't seem like they're going to actually utilize, you know, the added benefit of reinforcing the CCTV big wall.
Looks like a lot of people will be running in and out of construction and CCTV, and unfortunately, mercenaries aren't able to capitalize on that. But a very nice kind of angle out there from Bedwood all the way through the drone hole to see if there's anyone there. But unfortunately, is unable to catch the feet of, I believe, Doctor and Fatah. And so now, with 2 minutes on the clock, mercenaries have gained a lot of intel, but not a lot of control here. As Union Gaming will look to try and close things out here, especially with the way that Sandy has been throwing those were mines. He's gonna need to kind of up his game there, or else, boy oh boy, things such as Me7's flashbangs are really going to prove a pain in the butt here. They know that he's located somewhere within cache. Pre-fires coming out from Me7. Doctor with a team kill onto Maker. Not sure what happened there. At least it was a headshot. Say goodnight to your IQ. And Union Gaming will say, you know what, we'll take an extra one. Sandy will be getting the kill onto Me7. Now it seems like everything has gone against the favor of mercenaries. I'm not sure what happened there. Hopefully we can get an explanation one day or another, but Sparko will kind of walk away from the Zofia charges. Fatah will get a kill onto Jittery. Now it's a 4v3 situation. Oh, a little bit of bullets coming now. Looks like Taha might have been going for the second team kill on this match in this round, but Fatah will be joined in considering that he has been doing very, very well on this ace. With 55 seconds left on the clock, Beat has been droned out, and now we will see the final push come through. What is here on the side of Union Gaming to prevent this gym push? Looks like it's going to be EX7. EX7 going to be looking for a cash window, but he'll be taken out by Taha. 2 seconds left on the plant. But Taha isn't going to be down enough by the impact nades, and now Sandy's being down. It's a 2v3 situation, 1v3 situation in reality, as everything seems to be working the way of mercenaries. And now it's a 1v2 situation. Sandy will be revived, and now it is up to Sparko to kind of make things work now, as Taha will take a second, and it will swap out the SMG-11 to absolutely finish off Sparko, giving mercenaries another round on the board.
Taha, some fresh legs coming in here, and that's exactly what they needed to close off that round. 3-1 on the board, and this is such a great showing for mercenaries, considering they were down 5 versus 3. One, of course, coming from the team kill there from Doctor, but seems like the Doctor is not here to heal, but to kind of hurt his own teammates for a bit there. 1-3 on the board once again, and so they're gonna be going with almost the exact same lineup here, round and round again for the side of mercenaries. For Union, not real much of a flex here. Malusi, they're going to pull her out here on Sandy, and they're going to be going now finally to CCTV and Cash Room, where they do pull out the mirror, I believe, for a 6th pick. Well, mine's going to come out here, Jaeger as well, mute. So what are they going to be doing here? I assume the mirror, obviously, one's going to go in between the wall from Cash and CCTV. The other one, it could really be really a shoot here, toss-up, where they're going to be planning to put that maybe towards red stairs, maybe here outside, even on the balcony wall, on the big wall. Who knows? Anything can happen right now in APAC.
I want to point out as well, the team kill that happened there, most teams, and it's understandable, like when you get a team kill like that, obviously team morale is going to be a bit down, so they had to really work around it to make something happen for that round.
Good thing they were able to make the adjustments, though, able to reset themselves mentally and be like, okay, guys, let's not let that team kill get to us. And so Sparko here going to be reinforcing the wall and placing his mirror, black mirror on it too.
And so we will see a fairly standard setup here with the mirror on the red stairs wall to kind of allow them to hold cash from the construction push into cash very, very easily without any kind of issues there. But what's I think a bit more interesting is the mirror placement on the cache, the CCTV wall. If we can go up to there, yes, it has been placed up there. Very interesting. We don't normally see that on the side of the defense, and hopefully we can see that it works out on the side of Union Gaming. And now we will see Me7 using the HUD to kind of tell him that okay, they've got a mute, and he's put it on the garage walls, as the rest of his team will begin to push through this first floor, as Doctor will get up. We'll get another opening kill onto EX7. That's your Wamai going, and that's a fairly big kill there, especially considering that Wamai has those rechargeable kind of Wamai mines, which allows them to be able to do that. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, seems like we're having a bit of delays. Oh, looks like we're a bit stuttery, but we'll work through it. We can do this, ladies and gentlemen. This is just classic APAC stuff. Don't worry about it. And so moving with what I assume to be 2 minutes left on the round, we're going to see Sparko here, statically frozen on this mirror window, and looks like he's still on catwalk. And looks like we're going to have to go for a break, but Maker is going to get another kill onto Sandy. And it looks like we'll have to go to a break as we try to recover our absolutely abysmal internet that has been seeming to be plaguing us around the world.
Seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes sound funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding.
Looks
open
like
up.
we are back, ladies and gentlemen. And so, sorry there, it looks like internet's been bad, but 1v3 situation. Looks like Mercenaries have pulled this one around. And now we will see Beat looking to make the final kind of stand here. He'll get another kill. Looks like it's very doable on the side of Beat because Doctor is super, super low. Having picked up a few kills here, he looks like he has to have done a lot of trades. But the C4 here from Beat. Can he land it in time? Me will move off it, but he'll get the kill anyway. And now it's a triple kill. But Doctor will be able to save the round, giving Mercenaries one more on the board.
The mirror, Black Mirror, they're actually working out in his favor because he saw exactly where he was going to come from. Very valiant effort there from the mute at the end of it, but Doctor is going to shut down the house and take a round number 4 going in their way. 1-4 on the board, and they do have a surmountable, well, cushion here between them and the side of Union Gaming. So, man, this is looking like it might just go the full 3-map series. I didn't think it was probable, but now it's looking heckin' possible.
Yeah, and you know, this is the last defense round for Union Gaming that they have to put on the board here. So, end of the day, you know, even if they win this one and make it 4-2, they still have a long way that they need to call this one back on the attack side. So, we see them go down to church again. They wanted the second time, but not the first time. So, what do you think here that they're going to bring in terms of the way that Mercenaries is going to attack to try and adapt to the way that Union Gaming won the previous church round?
Guys, 1-4 on the board. The Mercenaries are seemingly making this comeback happen. They might just tie up the series here 1-1. It does look pretty well for them right now. Union Gaming versus Mercenaries, and Mercenaries are going to be going with the exact same lineup once again for a 4th round in a row here. IQ, Sledge, Ace, Hibana, and Zofia has been working quite well for the side of Mercenaries, and so, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Union Gaming, though, Mozzie once again, and the mute, so it kind of tells me that they want to go for kind of like the SSG roam once again here with the Mozzie and mute, and hopefully for their sake, it's going to work out better than it did previously because, well, in the last round, they did give up that first opening round to Mercenaries out from Great Clutch, of course, from Fatar, but this time, they're going to be, well, making lots of rotations on towards the top floor. And, you know, what's interesting is that when the SSG, like, you know, roam here in Clubhouse, a lot of it also lends itself to the fact that Vigil roams typically inside the bar with castle barricades to support him. And that's because, well, it's going to help the roamers who are on the top floor, which is typically Mute and Mozzie in this case, go down the hatches a lot more safely because they don't have to worry about so many angles. And the Vigil is going to help him out in that sense too. The Vigil will help him out if there is a Vigil in towards bar. So in this case, no bar player. And that is normally a very big part of what makes that roam work in the first place. And so I think Union Gaming might be they have the right idea, but the execution of it just might not be the proper way to do it.
Because that's the thing about Siege, and I think it's very unique to Siege as well. Like, you can have a really, really good plan, and you can have a really kind of stable idea, and you can have all these kinds of contingency plans if things go wrong. But eventually, you know, you have to hit your gunshots, and you have to win those gunfights. And I think that's kind of what Union Gaming is realizing now, as they just haven't been able to keep up in this map. But EX7 will be blinded by the breaching charge that was just dropped on his head. But the C4 will stick, and it won't be able to take out anyone. Me7 has lost a bit under 25 HP. Very lucky for all of them to kind of get away with their lives there. Would have been very embarrassing for either of them to have died in that scenario. Sandy with a lot of utility here, 2 ADSs and a shield to protect him, to hold off this dirt push, especially because it seems like Union Gaming have noted that this is a significant part of Mercenaries' late round push.
5v5 still on the board, no picks going either way, and well, do have Kitchen Hatch finally open here. They might actually get an angle very deep. They do have some sight of the player there really deep, and that is it. He's gonna find X7. That's exactly what I was talking about. As they do remove the mute, I mean the Mozzie rather, that's a lot of nitro cells removed. And here is another wall bang. A great shot coming there from me. He finds Sparko. Doctor is gonna find Jittery too in return. Here the frag might go to Doctor once again, but Sandy's gonna confirm that one on Maker to bring it now into a 2v4. Still very heavily favoring Mercenaries. They do not open Church Wall up yet, but they don't really have to right now. They do have most of good control, and Sandy's gonna still play here inside Arsenal, inside Square. Will he be able to find frag? Yes, he will. Doctor's gonna get shut down, but he's gonna get shut down in return. A trade frag coming in here from the side of Fatar, and a double kill once again. He did it the first round. He's gonna do it the second round again with a double kill to close things off.
Wow, you know, just when you think it's so incredibly possible with Sandy on the rotate to try and give a bit more substance, a bit more kind of structure to his Union Gaming defense to try to hold the line a bit more, Fatar comes in with a solid 2k to make sure that they put their 6th round on the board.
1-5 on the board, and here it is, guys. It seems like the comeback is almost imminent, like to make this series into a 1-1 score, and well, they might just tie up the series here. This is looking very possible right now, Slot. And I mean, as we move into the second half now, hopefully for the sake of Union Gaming, that their attack is going to be better than their defense was, but it's such a big hill to climb if they really want to make it back. Of course, it's still probable. I mean, it's still possible. Just not probable, but the Jackal coming out here now from the side of Union Gaming. And so they really want to be thorough with the roam clear and make sure that nobody is going to be playing on that second floor once again. They know that, you know, Mercs here on the Vigil is going to be such a nuisance, and especially if it's going to be supported by Doctor with some Mozzie pests. This is actually a very, very anti-drone composition. Look at this. They have a Vigil, they have a Mute, and they have the Mozzie as well. So this is going to be very, very difficult for them to try and deal with if they do not have a Jackal. And so they bring the Jackal to kind of, you know, alleviate those worries of theirs.
And so now we move on to the 7th round here. We will see Union Gaming looking to possibly put some attack rounds on the board here. And you know, they've brought the Kali, which seems to be a bit of a misplay in my opinion, because, well, I mean, you're not going to be able to do very much. I think they assumed that Mercenaries were going to go for a top floor, but Maker will have to kind of make his own path out of the maze that was created there by his fellow teammates. And looks like now Union Gaming, are starting to realize that, oh boy, we have a lot more to clear than we thought. Beat's going to use his Kali on the cash wall, and now we will see the way in which Union Gaming is going to be able to approach this. Sparko has opened up construction, but oh boy, I really hope that they don't think that it's a top floor take. They must know that it's a bottom floor take, right? This would be horrifying if they didn't know. But anyway, Andy gonna start using his X-Kairos charges on the wall to kind of give Union Gaming a bit more room to move in. EX7 now walking his way through the gym corridor, peeking, checking the cams, destroying them now as Sparko covers his red stairs / main stairs, kind of rotate, and Doctor will take a lot of damage there, almost 75 HP. Jittery's kind of spotted him out, and he knows that he's behind the generator inside blue. A lot of lean peeking coming out here, a lot of jiggle peeking, but will it be able to produce any results? Nothing from both sides. Doctor using that nice new season pass skin, which has 3D elements to it, so hope maybe the Pro League skins can kind of double down on that. But oh, wonderful shot through the bullet hole by EX7 onto Fatar, and now it looks like Union Gaming are looking to close this one out. But while, as I say that, Maker on the Vigil from downtown inside club would absolutely demolish Jittery. So now with 1 minute 20 on the clock, it's a 4v4, and Doctor's the only one who's lost a lot of HP in this gunfight. But as I say that, Maker picks up a second, and now EX7's dead. That's your Jackal. That's just ledge scorn. And although you've lost a mute, you still have so much pressure on this Union Gaming attack coming from Maker.
I mean, we saw with the Finder and Fatar that the drones really do help out. The information game is king here right now. And the fact that they have a Mozzie, a Mute, and a Vigil is going to make that very, very difficult to deal with. And so Union Gaming know that. They do have the Kali at least to remove some of these Mute jammers that are stopping them from opening the big walls, and especially this hatch, but they're going to try and trick it. It's a good adjustment coming here from Mercenaries, but a find being found here by Sparko. He's been doing work all series now. Sandy able to find another one, though, to bring it into favor of Union Gaming. Will this comeback happen is the question. 30 seconds left on the clock, and Sandy is moving her way towards blue. His way, rather, sorry. Me and Maker, but Maker is able to find a frag in Sparko to, well, light things up right now. 25 seconds left on the clock, and he's going to be such a nuisance as he's still going to be playing here towards the pool table and towards bar. He's going to be wrapping
and that's
around
their
here.
fuser too.
that is a diffuser being dropped, and so they're gonna have to retrieve this, or else they're gonna create such a problem right now. Maker, he knows that they're gonna have to retrieve it too, and so I don't doubt he's gonna be playing this run, and he's gonna be finding that frag. A great opening find from Maker to find a double kill and really clutch things out. 6-1 on the board for the Mercenaries.
And Me7 will deny the ace that was almost too close to be true for Maker. But yeah, Union Gaming look to be on their last legs here as Mercenaries put the foot to the pedal and absolutely floor it to 1-6. And you know, I think this is where Mercenaries, we have to give them a lot of credit for stepping up since Consulate. You know, they've really changed the way. This is what they've kind of wanted here, and Union Gaming are looking to take some semblance of control of what they have left. They need to claw round by round now. Now you have to play things very cautiously. And it's very interesting considering that Union Gaming won the past 2 clubhouse matches 7-4 both times. So maybe Mercenaries have been studying a bit, you know, making sure they know everything that's possible here. As we move into Gym, which is our last defense, possibly our last defense, sorry. So yeah, we will have to see kind of what is possible here, as particularly they're going to bring out Doctor on the castle and things like that, and they're going to play a lot more of a traditional kind of hold on Gym.
They kind of have to right now. Fatar is going to be placing a mute jammer here. They do not reinforce the wall in front of that mute jammer, interestingly enough. They typically want to reinforce one or the other. So Fatar placing his mute jammer strategically to, you know, kind of deny the drones from coming in, especially here on the construction side and from the big wall side, so that bathroom cannot be droned out entirely. Sandy there with 8 frags already, Maker on 7. So very high fragging these two already. Sparko is going to be trying to, I believe they're going to be trying to open up construction here, considering they did spawn and towards back of construction, both Cali and Ace. So that seems a bit too much of a coincidence for them not to go towards construction. But Logistics office, I'm not sure if they're going to hold it very aggressively here. They did see the castle for the side of Doctor there. He was going to open a rotation, but no reinforcements go in the way there of logistics. So I don't think they're going to necessarily try and contest that too heavily. Probably playing as more like of a flex position that they can play in and then fall back eventually. Maker, though, here towards storage, garage storage on the stairs. We'll shoot the drone out, but eventually I think he might just fall back instead into blue because they already know his position right now. So Sandy, they'll be droning out here on top of CCTV. They do spot him out, though the mute has to be careful on Fatar. He's been doing work this entire game, but they have to be careful because, well, they know his shots are definitely very dangerous in those type of situations. EX7, though, wall is already opened here in construction. As I said, they're probably going to open that up to deny any rotations coming in from the CCTV side and from cash side back into the gym side. So good wall there open, good angle being made from the side of Mercenaries to really cut the site in half and cut the top floor in half, because that one wall being open, their construction literally cuts off the rotations from the cash players fall back into the site. But look at this, 5v4, a 4v4 as a flurry of frags goes either way. Taha and Jittery will find a frag apiece. Jittery does get traded out in that one, so 4v4 situation with Taha's trying to go for the peak. It might not be advised. I think the Cali is on the other side of that with Beat. Beat is going to be on the droning though, checking out logistics. Nothing being found there so far. A minute 10 left on the clock, and still Union Gaming do have an opening pick, but not enough control yet to really work off of it, as Me is able to find a frag in the EX7. Going to try and make something happen here, and Me is going to find, well, things going a lot heavier towards the side of Mercenaries. If they win this, mind you guys, this is match point and map point really. So Mercenaries might just bring it to a map number 3.
And so yeah, with 45 seconds left on the clock, Taha's going to take a lot of damage here. He'll finally be taken now. It's now a 2v3 from the side of Mercenaries, as Maker will pick up Sandy. And Me7 is on very, very low HP, and Doctor has lost a bit more than 25 HP. So still very doable. The only problem is that Beat has to rely on his secondary rather than using the Kali's primary in these types of gunfights, because there's not very much that you can do. Sparko will jump in, proxy mine will go off. Now he's gonna have to see what he can do. 1 kill there for Sparko. There's still two more to find. Me7 will follow up and get a refrag onto Beat. Now it is a 1v2 situation. 15 seconds left on the clock. Maker with full HP, the only one there, and Me7 will be able to take Mercenaries to map 3 in this game.
What a great round and a great map coming in from Mercenaries there. I mean, after that first map on Consulate, I didn't think Mercenaries were going to be able to bring it back like that. But, well, they proved us wrong, and I'm so glad they did, because we're going to go to our final map, Cafe. And Mercenaries definitely do earn that a 7-1 win. The most dominating, decisive win we've seen all day.
And so, yeah, I think that this is going to be a really, really interesting match for our final map, which I believe is going to be Cafe, if I read it. Yes, it is going to be Cafe. But yeah, what a kind of swing from the first map of Consulate that we saw there. You know, Consulate, we saw a very kind of dominant performance coming out from the side of Union Gaming, but Mercenaries taking almost complete control of the entire game for this even for the clubhouse attacks, where they took 5 rounds out of 6. So like, Mercenaries must be feeling good. They're walking into the final map and saying, we got this. But moving into our final map in this wonderful matchup, 2 South Asian giants. For that, we're gonna have
Jimmy at Woodstock. Drum me around in your red Ford. Shivers down my spinal cord. Cause you got me holding. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word. Cause you got me holding. Even if my jokes sound funny, my tongue tied up on it.
Lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. I saw no shadow, I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow, but felt a glow. The warmth inside me, it kept me afloat. It felt like heaven had found my bones and gave me comfort when I feel alone. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. my best friend to 23. I heard the heavens crying above me. The gain's an angel, I lost a friend. I felt like dying again and again. I went through hell, stared at death, but I keep fighting with each living breath. I saw no way out from where I stood. Felt like the fire had burned me through. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Better off, better off. I am wicked, you're insane. But I wouldn't have it any other way. If we're knocked out, we'll go the distance. Pound for pound, we're a perfect match. Pulling punches, we're toe to toe. We're always on the road. We're so better. We can't stop, we can't stop. 'Cause together we're better off. And we can. Better off, better off. Better off. I am crooked, you're clean cuts. I'm wide-eyed, your eyes are shut. If we're knocked out, we'll go the distance. Pound for pound, we're a perfect match. Pulling punches, toe to toe. We're always on the road. We're so better. We can't stop, we can't stop. 'Cause together we're better off. And we can. And we can. Empty hearts and neon lights. They're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone. Just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me back to where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. La 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 la. Oh, oh. Get me out of broken hearts and starting fights. Turning truth to lies. Gotta get up, stop wasting time. Yeah, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone. Just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me back to where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we
Hello and welcome back, guys. We are moving into our third and final map of the day here with, well, both of these teams, MercenarieZ and Union Gaming, doing exemplary on both of their respective maps, guys. I'm Black and Blue. With me is Sod, and man, how are you doing after those two intense games?
Oh, I realized this, and for a lot of people who don't know, we've been casting for about 4 hours or so now, and I didn't realize how hungry and thirsty I was until after we finished that.
Yeah.
Because man, it has been absolute barn burner of a match. Well, we thought it was going to be a Union landslide. Looks like MercenarieZ have pulled it together to be able to put this last map on the board. But we are now moving into the final map of this best of 3 series between Union Gaming and MercenarieZ, in which I believe, I'm not sure, but I think there might be an issue here with the admin, but we will see very quickly. But yeah, what do you think is going to happen for this cafe kind of map here?
Considering MercenarieZ chose to play on the defense instead, for the cafe, it seems like they're much more favorable in here. And what I'm actually expecting is that since we've seen the entire day where both of these teams would pick the off sites, like the sites that might not typically be like the more favorable sites in other regions, I'm expecting that maybe, who knows, they might just go like Fireplace Hall and Train or something, right, as one of their favorable sites. Like normally we'd expect Reading, Kitchen, 2F on Bar. I wouldn't be surprised if these guys go straight up Fireplace Hall and Train to start things off, because, well, they've been picking off sites a lot. Like on map number 1, when we were on Consulate, they kept on, for some reason, they kept on wanting to pick, the first 4 sites, either the lobby site or the tellers and the archive site. And when we played map number 2 in Clubhouse, they kept on wanting to play gym and bedroom, and that's something that's very interesting to see, coming here in this tournament.
I kind of wish we got to see if they would still pick like bar and lobby. Sorry,
Yeah.
for the second map. I kind of wanted to see if they would pick bar and supply, because I really wanted to see how far they're willing to go to make sure that like this is how much we're willing to not play things like cash. But yeah, I think I have to agree with you here. As someone who plays a lot of like, I play a bit of Siege. You know, I like to play a lot of Cafe. I love Cafe more so than I love Consulate. I'll be honest with you. Not a big fan of Consulate, but you know, I love to play that train in fireplace site because you know, sorry boys and girls, but I used to be a bit of a plat 3. You know, I used to slum it down in
Yeah.
gold
He's a
hell.
cool kid.
Yeah, but it's a very interesting site because honestly, unlike reading, a lot of the verticality that exists for mining doesn't actually like a lot of the verticality that exists for reading and stuff like that doesn't actually exist for a site like mining. And so I think that's the kind of difference between those two sites and the way you play. You often have to play a lot more kind of laterally and then using things like piano as your main staple hold rather than kind of falling back to cocktail. And that's my plat 3 insight right there. But
The
I'm
two
very interested to
cents.
see. Yeah, that's my kind of that's my tip of the day. But I'm
Pop
very
the
interested
collar.
to see. Yeah, you know, gotta flex it a tiny bit. But
I mean, yeah.
go for it, go for it.
Like, yeah, you're exactly right. Like, there's two ways you can do about it, really, when playing here in Siege, right? You can extend vertically, or you can extend horizontally, laterally. And in many cases, vertically is a more favored one, right? But when you have no choice, you do have to extend laterally. And yeah, mining is not, it doesn't lend itself in favor to the extending vertically, type of philosophy that reading does, because reading you can play cocktail and then you get most of reading control, and if you have reading control then you automatically almost have fireplace control as well. But if you're playing fireplace and mining, well, what are you going to vertical from Christmas and piano? Like, piano room is so hard to anchor down. The difference is, like, yeah, you can go vertical on both of mining or reading. The difference is that the room right above reading is very strong to hold, but the room right above mining is very hard to hold. You can literally, how are you going to hold like the very center of piano? You don't, right? There's too many windows. There's literally 3 windows. There's 2 doorways. There's a big wall that can be breached open. There's too many ways to deny, somebody playing inside piano. That's why typically teams give up the entirety of piano and just have a player in pixel at most, right? And maybe cigar balcony to help out, but really they don't, right? It's, you give up piano and you just hold in pixel and bathroom, maybe somewhere in bar with sight lines, but really you're either going to extend horizontally or laterally or vertically. So typically I'd like to favor vertically over any of the other two, but when it comes to it, who knows, man? We've seen so many offsides come in, but we're gonna move in now to our map number 3. Here it is going to be once again Cafe, guys. We're gonna get things started off with Mercenaries. I do believe on the attacking side this time they should be, and Union
believe
Gaming
so.
on the defensive.
And so now moving into this map, what kind of bans do you think we're going to see from the operators?
Oh, dude, it can go really anyway. I wouldn't be surprised if they do ban Nomad here. I wouldn't be also surprised if they do ban Valkyrie here, considering knowing that they already preconditioned the opposing team here to know that Valkyrie comes into play a lot during Clubhouse, and so I'm not gonna be surprised if they do that once again here and ban Valkyrie coming in. But they ban Ace. Okay, so why would you ban Ace in this situation? Why not any other operator? I guess this tells me that they really want to be able to hold, like the big walls in every site more reliably. They don't want to have to deal with, for example, bakery wall getting opened or freezer wall getting opened or piano wall getting opened. And so when you are a thermite, to open like piano wall, for example, as Satura's band here, you're gonna have to drop down into red stairs, place a charge, and blow that up. But if you're an ace, you can simply toss it from atop the hatch from the safety of the roof and deal with that way. And so they're gonna be removing Ace and Thatcher here for the first 2 attacking bans.
You know, I think it's kind of interesting, and I have to agree with you on the Valk bend there because there's just so many places that you can throw cams out, and we see a mirror bend, and that's also a very, very standard bend. You know, putting it on kitchen, putting it on the top floor, kind of denying those lines of sight and giving your team those lines of sight in reverse. But Union Gaming will confirm their pick, and it's going to be a Jaeger of all things, and I guess that makes sense, especially with wanting to hold the pixel angle inside piano. There, having the Jaeger and Wamai double stacked can often be really, really hard to kind of get past, and you have to dump a lot of utility to it. So we will be moving into the final map for this closed qualifier for the APAC for the 6 Invitational, in which we have Union Gaming and MercenarieZ, both from the South Asia region. And so we will see our first round being Kitchen of all things, which I think isn't necessarily a off pick, such as like unlike
Yeah.
mining and things like that. But I think it's still kind of a bit different because most teams, correct me if I'm wrong here, but most teams prefer to go to the top floor or to reading and things like that before going to kitchen.
I mean, we've seen some teams prefer kitchen, and in many ways, I think a lot of teams are more comfortable with going towards kitchen. Although, while kitchen and the top floor on bar are both very strong sites, I still am a firm believer that reading is the best site here on cafe. For many of the reasons that we talked about earlier, where you get the added benefit of playing the top floor without any of the negatives of giving it up. If you give up the top floor, you're not giving up the plant automatically. It's not like if you're playing 2F on bar, then that means you're going to give up the plant, right? But when playing on kitchen, well, this is one of the sites that really opens itself up to what we were talking about, where you can extend either vertically, which in this case would be like to mining and train room, or you can extend horizontally. And there's two ways. You can go towards the VIP side behind the freezer, or you can also go towards bakery side. And I've seen both extensions of going laterally work out in very differing situations. In this case, they're going to have actually footholds here. Normally, you might see a rotation there, but they actually go for foothold sightlines instead there on the vault, and that's very interesting to see enough coming in from freezer. Normally, once again, a rotation is to be expected, but in this case, sightline is what they go for, and I think they're going to be trying to extend here laterally, but towards bakery, if anything, because that's where they're going to be placing their utility. They also have a castle, which tells us they're probably going to close off the bakery small door and bakery small window. So, yeah, very interesting to see enough.
What's even more interesting is that Me7 has actually brought Buck's DMR, the cameras, instead of the C8. And the C8 is still a very, very powerful gun. I feel really bad because I'm a Buck main, I love to play with the C8. I miss Buck nades, I'm gonna be honest. I miss C8 ACOG.
Yeah.
I really wish it back. But, one good way to work around it is to just bring the DMR, which is a very, very powerful weapon in terms of destructibility. But yeah, going into this round, Union Gaming are going to be holding this defense. Doctor will take a bit of damage from the Kaided wall, and they will look to see what they can do. Sandy, holding this very, very long roam from the top floor, is going to drop down through the piano hatch. Beat's going to take a bit of damage there, and looks like MercenarieZ are going straight in. They're going to grab a lot of control here and a lot of pressure from the small bakery side. Sorry, from the big bakery side, and now they'll start to kind of see what they can do with it. They've successfully kind of gained control of bakery, and now they're going to see what can we do with this control. They're going to start kind of beginning to prod and to kind of reach out and see what they can do. Me7 is inside the coat section looking down towards the reading stairs, and so now we will see Jittery most likely going to be the first contact with Me7 if Me7 continues to peak this way, and they're just going to hold this very, very long angle here, as Me7 won't be actually there for the peak, and Jittery will pick up the opening kill onto Me7. 1 minute 30 on the clock. You still have Sandy, who's up on the second, or inside mining and things like that, and being able to hold this vertical control. Nothing's been done to take him out. Sandy will actually prove me wrong and go even further up into the blue section in the white corridor, and Maker on the Ash is going to be the only person stopping this. Sandy's going to start peeking. He's going to be crouched. Are you going to be ready, Maker? Yes, you are. It's a 4v4 situation now. Now you have all the roamers taken out. But do Union Gaming know this? Apparently not, considering that Jittery will get another kill onto Hasib. And now it's a 4v3 situation, although the HP seems to still favor the way of Union Gaming very, very slightly here. And Doctor will begin to creep down, trying to find where Jittery is. He knows that he's somewhere in the area and has used both nades, so it's not that he can flush him out. But he's going to peek very wide into Cohanger. Can Jittery swing on by? And he misses them. They've completely gone around the Rosie here. And Doctor's now watching Cohangers as Jittery is tucked away behind the first floor bar. And now, with the round kind of stalling out, 25 seconds left on the clock, EX7 will be taken out by Fatah, and now here we see the push, but Doctor will be taken out by Jittery, who's looking for more, and Sparko is going to see the drop from the hatch. That's Fatah. Not a lot of damage taken off, though, as Fatah's going to look for a push. Maker will come for the rescue here, and Fatah will be down, but it's a 1v2 situation, and Union Gaming will pick up the first defense round here.
A double kill by Sparko to get the first round going for Union Gaming. And mind you guys, now finally Hasib has reconnected and he's back in this game. He was not able to play the second map. He played most of the first map, but finally he's now back here, and their substitute was Taha. is not going to be playing anymore as well. Hasib is back, and they got the main lineup going, but still, our first round is yet to be awarded to the side of MercenarieZ here. So Union Gaming looking very good that first round. They did give up the initial pick, yes, with Sandy being a bit too overeager there, crouch walking into Piano, and well, Maker finding him early on, but a triple kill from Jittery, double from Sparko that round, and double as well, I believe, on Maker there. So good round coming from Union Games. They're gonna be pulling out the Warden. Is this real or is this a fake? No, it's actually legit. So why would they put out the Warden in this case? There's no Ying, right? They didn't pull out a Ying on the side of the attacking side here. They do have Fatar, who does have smokes, and I think that's the reason why they do pull her out here. They know that there's, well, 3 flashes as well, with me and Hasib on the Buck and the Hibana respectively having 6 flashes in total. I think they're trying to play the Warden here to try and negate Smoke Plant, and because that's like what I think is going to happen, as they're going to be playing on Reading Room. Like if the I've been saying like a lot, but if the team here, when you're playing Reading Room, once again holds on Cocktail, you're not going to be able to get a default plant in any real position, honestly, on the side of Reading Room. So the only real way to get a plant off inside Reading when you are holding Cocktail, and it's really going to be difficult to, is by going for a smoke plant. So you're going to have to smoke it off and then plant inside the smoke. And that's, I think, the reason why they have a Pulse, a Sparko as well here on the Maestro, and as well as Warden to negate that Reading Room type of smoke plant. And so they'll be holding on to the top floor once again. Cocktail is the way you really want to hold this site, and that's exactly what they're going to be employing here as we move into a round number 2. Seems like they're going to also play Pixel quite heavily in the bathrooms, as they do double reinforce the bathroom shower walls facing towards Piano.
Sandy there, proving to us why I think personally that banning Valk on this map is incredibly important, because those Valk camps outside are so hard to spot because you can throw them so far, but they give so much intel. Like, I bet Maker's being spotted out right now, especially with those pings that have been added to the game as of a season ago. So, you know, Maker's absolutely been spotted out, and this allows a lot of Union Gaming to just rotate around and just get free picks for almost no intel lost here. And Jittery's going to start fighting. I believe it's Me7 on the Buck, won't be able to take the kill, but Me7's going to peek again. Here we go. Here's the aggression. He's not going to know that Jittery's behind the wall and has rotated outside from behind the half wall of Bar. But now Me7 is going to also go down to check some more angles. EX7 on the pulse, roaming around outside the 92 train and mining double door here. It will be spotted out on the drone, but won't have anything come of it. Now we will swap to looking at the mining window entrance here. 1 minute 20 on the clock. Nothing really happening in terms of kills, but a lot of control gained from MercenarieZ. So they've gained control into Piano, as EX7 takes a tiny little bit of damage here, and Me7 will begin to drone. Now, we will see what MercenarieZ can do. They're going to go for a lateral push here, but no, Doctor will be taken out by, I believe, Jittery, yes, as the Ayana goes down. That is a very solid operator that is very, unfortunate to lose, especially this time. And Sandy has been spotting this buck here of Me7, and Jittery will be able to take a second kill from it. EX7's below, getting ready for a plant. Maker will get a kill onto Beat, but will be refragged out by Sparko. It is now a 4v2 situation. Jittery on half HP, and EX7 having taken a tiny bit of damage, but still, the round is very much in the favor of Union Gaming here, with 35 seconds left on the clock. EXG having a little fun, you know, taking a little peek at who's below. He's noted that Fata and most likely he has also seen that Hasib are both in train rotating around. Oh, the pings that come out. Is the Maestro cam on it too? Looks like everyone's getting ready, getting very jittery, as they say, to go for kills. As everyone starts to get a bit more aggressive, see what they can do. They know that now they've pushed around to reading, and Hasib will begin to open up the reading wall here. It is noted that the Maestro cam exists, and Fatah will be able to win the kill, win the gunfight against Jittery, half HP. And Hasib turns around. Unfortunate for Sparko there, who will get the kill onto Hasib, but will be traded out by Fatah, who then gets traded out again by Sandy.
A good round coming in from UG once again. Sandy here. This is exactly what I was talking about. When you have cocktail control, you don't have to panic once they do take the reading, because, well, you can just deny the plan from top down, or you can simply just vault on into the pillars and, well, kill them from the door. While they did have the Warden inside the room to try and hold things down there, he was removed, and that's to the credit as well for Mercenaries. He would have been such a nuisance with the Nitro Cell there, and of course him not having to bother about any smokes or flashes coming his way. So good opening find to try and bring it back, but in the end, man advantage was heavily in favor in the 2v4 situation towards Union Gaming, and so they do get that round out. We're going to be going now back here, not back, but rather very awkwardly to Fireplace and Mining Room. And
Oh my
when I
god.
was talking about Fireplace and Mining Room being picked here on Cafe during the pregame, I was joking, right? I was entirely serious. But they actually do, these crazy mad lads actually pick well, Fireplace Hall and Mining Room. I'm getting mixed up already because of how surprised I am. I have very, very, very rarely seen this in competitive play, to have a team actually pick Mining and Fireplace Hall.
Well, let me tell you, Blue, it's time to crack my knuckles because even though this is not very well seen or very well noticed in competitive play, trust me, as the plat expert here,
Oh.
let me tell you that I know all about this. What EX7 is most likely going to do as Pulse is actually use the fact that some parts of mining are actually destructible there. And what's interesting is right next to where the bomb is, where most people plant in the default spot, that's actually where you can destroy it. And we will see Sandy going to reinforce Cocktail. And it looks like we have a tiny bit of lag, but it's okay, we'll work through this one. And so what most likely Union Gaming are going to do are going to have two kind of set holds here. They're going to have Sparko on this aggressive hold here and using EX7 to kind of give a lot of intel, but also to hold this bottom floor. Whilst you have people like Jittery holding Piano and this top floor to give a lot of presence into Piano and things like that. And so now we will have to see the way Mercenaries need to approach this. And a wonderful opening kill here for Sparko using the TCSG's slug shotgun power to its full potential. And a wonderful other angle that he has onto red stairs. And Doctor's going to use the Ayana to just drone out and see what he can do for free. As Me7 will support him by dropping down Cigar Balcony. And now I believe Doctor has spotted out the person playing at Pixel, and now that Mercenaries will have to work to see what they can do here. Doctor will begin to walk his way down the red stairs with the Ayana and using the G36C, a wonderful gun, especially with the angled grip on it. Hasib's on the Nomad as Ayana begins to cook a nade. What can they do with this nade? What can you flush out here?
Well,
And so with a minute 40, oh sorry, go ahead,
no,
Blue.
no, I just want to say, I think you're right on the money on what they're trying to do here. You can see they have 4 Nitro Cell operators, and so I do believe that they tried to deny the plan from down to up. That's including with the Pulse there to try and ping where exactly they're going to be. The Valkyrie as well, with her cameras, are going to be helping that case out, but they do dish one out, not able to land the kill, but there it is, a double kill actually going their way here for the side of Union Gaming, one after the other. Maker and Doctor will go down. Sandy's going to get the last one of that. It's going to be a 2v5 already here, and it's looking really good here, Sot, for Union Gaming.
And you know, I can feel it. I can feel it, Blue. Like this is the dream. Having mining played, and oh my god, looks like Union Gaming will look to stomp on Mercenaries once more as Me7 goes down. Oh, and a wonderful drop to the ground. Pull out the super shorty and deck Steve Jittery. Why don't ya? Let's look at this replay one more time. Gets the kill into Me7. Hits the deck. Bada bing, bada boom. Send Mercenaries to another room, as we will see Union Gaming pick up the 3rd defense win.
The super shotty drop shot there, perfect way to cap off a Mining and Fireplace hold. Mining and Fireplace, actually a viable site, confirmed, but Jittery has unfortunately disconnected here, and I'm not sure if they're going to get rehosted. A bunch of rehosts lately, but well, it just is the nature of the beast. It is an online tournament, of course. These qualifiers right now, the closed ones. But Jittery has successfully returned right before the 6-pick phase ends. And so, good job. Valkyrie, he's going to be switching out to the Wamai instead. And we're going to be going into kitchen service. And, well, kitchen.
Man, I wish I could reconnect that fast to my ranked games. Jesus.
Right?
Right at this, like, man, it takes me like a round and a half just to get back into the game.
Right?
While Jittery's over here jumping in and getting the 6th pick as well. Like, man, I wish I had his internet. And we will just be, I think the servers are having a hard time comprehending just the absolute mania that has been this match, as it is taking a tiny bit of time. But no worries, ladies and gentlemen, we are moving into the 4th round of this matchup. Looking at the scorelines now, Jittery absolutely going off the walls here, going 8-2. And, you know, on the other side, Mercenaries really haven't had anyone other than Fatah and Maker as their response. You have Maker, obviously, being the entry fragger. This is kind of the role that he should be in. And Fatah has kind of been shifted off the traditional hard support onto a bit more of a roam watcher here, and Hasib has kind of come back and taken the support role. But yeah, they will go back down to kitchen, and I really think that these teams from South Asia just really hate top floor sites. Like,
It,
I think it's just the
yeah,
fact that you lose so much verticality to it.
I think that's exactly it. It seems like a lot of these South Asia teams really dislike playing that top floor site on pretty much every map that we've come across here. And the only reasons I can think of is because they are much more comfortable with not having to deal with, hatch pressure, or maybe they don't want to deal with window pressure, or maybe it's, I'm not exactly sure why, because it really, like, if you look at any other region, a lot of times the top floor sites are their preferred sites, right? If not basement. So in this case, I mean, reading makes sense. Okay, reading is like probably the best site on this map, right? Because you get to play top
Right.
floor without having the negatives of playing top floor. But to outright not play top floor sites at all, like we saw on Consulate, where they never played CEO, not once, both of these teams, and then now for them to never pick the bar site, it's a very curious and quite interesting thing to see.
And so we will see Doctor with the Jackal start to kind of find his way around the map, and especially the top floor, joining up people like Sandy, who will have to kind of rotate back down into the the reading and fireplace hallway. Doctor now sees the hatch and is most likely going to drop it, and the question really becomes, what can they take from this? Because right now, MercenarieZ has gained a lot of control. Doctor will spot out Sandy on the fireplace door, but Sandy is holding strong. He knows that he can get away with this. He knows that he can win this gunfight. He's feeling good. Batar will drop down a gridlock track stinger by the edge of red stairs from the basement, and Me7 will push out with the skeleton key. Lucy being tracked once again, just wasting time, wasting more utility that could be used for other things. And EX7 will then double down on it by taking out Me7. Turns out, when you have Sandy being tracked, you seem to laser focus in. At least that's the case for MercenarieZ, and they've completely forgotten about EX7, who is going to have to hold on for his dear life as everyone seems to pick him, but he will lose the fight against Doctor and is now back to a 4-on-4.
4-on-4, and seems like for now it is in the favor of Union Gaming, as MercenarieZ are a bit pressed for time to really make their way towards kitchen. They're still up here and trying to make their way down from train room and really get some foothold as well. They've taken control of pillars. A scan, that's the last scan coming out there from Doctor on the Vigil, Jackal rather. If he's gonna actually ping out here, I do believe that should be Sparku, who's getting pinged right now. He's going to be just waiting in sight, not going to be moving too much. Knows that, well, it's all the pressure on MercenarieZ to make their way down here. How is the question? Will they drop down the hatch? That seems like the most likely scenario. Be dropping some smokes as well here from Doctor, and they're going to be just straight dropping into, and that's the diffuser down already. Sparker was able to find the first frag on the Fatar here. That's a second frag now for Sparker. Will he find the third is the question. They do not have time to make this happen. This is going to be a round towards Union Gaming, as Beat is going to get the last frag of the round. Hasib will go down. No time, and a fourth round in a row here for Union Gaming in a row. Guys, this is such a good showing and start from Union Gaming already.
Yeah, I really hope that MercenarieZ can pick this one up, especially because, this is a fighting for a spot at the 6th Invitational. This is where you could possibly get better representation. This is where you could possibly get better deals and a better contract and a better org to sponsor you. So I really hope MercenarieZ kind of puts the foot to or as I say, pedal to the metal, and tries to find some sort of way that they can claw this match back. But as it stands right now, Union Gaming are absolutely putting the pedal onto the necks of Mercenary and making sure that there is no escape here. But yeah, Sparko, he sits there, and Sparko, who's been playing Kaid, he's been playing these really chunky boys, such Kaid and Maestro and stuff. He gets Jackal tracked. What's MercenarieZ gonna do? What are they gonna do? What's Doctor's gonna do? Especially when people like EX7 are still alive on that room. And I think that's a very interesting precedent for the way in which Union Gaming have been playing, and they will go back to this reading site once more. Oh boy, let me tell you, Blue. If I see mining again, I'm gonna need to take a long break from casting. I'll be honest with you.
I'm a pop a collar if I do see mining once again in Fireplace Hall. But this time we're going to be going into reading, and very deservedly so. I think reading, once again, is one of the best sites on this map, if not the. And I do like how Union Gaming have been playing their reading room hold. They've been playing their top floor hold very well, actually, and that's funny considering they don't play the top floor sites at all. Like on Consulate, they completely denied it. On Clubhouse, yes, they did play top floor, but the thing is, they were playing gym instead of the cash room. So I'm just so curious why that is. But good night, Jittery. Don't go and spawn peek here because me 7 is gonna shut you down. Good opening pick there with the G8 on the IQ to bring things swing things finally going the way of mercenaries, at least to start things off. Bakery push, bakery spawn peek, nada.
And I just want to point out, Sandy and a lot of people from both Union Gaming and Mercenaries have been running the Deagle with the suppressor on it. Like, we talk about APAC strats and stuff like that, but what a better signifier than that? And Sandy's going to be Jackal Tracked, and C4 will come out, and he'll pick up Fata. That's your Twitch gone. That's a lot of that utility destruction being taken out. Doctors will be able to get the refrag, but still, it's a 4v3 scenario here with Doctor already being fairly low. Beat's got the SMG-11 and is going to be holding this backstore storage section very tightly, but no, he's going to push out actually, and he spotted very, very quickly by Hasib, and Doctor will come for the support, but Beat will rotate out, trying to save his life here, and oh no, Beat could swing on by and get 2 free kills here, but he will decide to stay inside the back store as Sparko jumps out looking for someone, knows someone's outside this white window, and looks to get the kill here. Maker having a gunfight here, back and forth, what's going to be the result of this? Maker running away for his life, knows with the 3 speed that he can make it. Beat getting a good kill onto Doctor here with 1 minute 25 on the clock. It's not exactly like Mercenaries need to rush or do anything here, as EX7 comes to rotate his way from the basement up. But even if they win these gunfights, which Mercenaries are not, Beat will get absolutely destroyed by Hasib after picking up a good kill there onto Doctor, as Maker will swing into reading. With a minute left, it's a 2v2 scenario, but everything still seems like it's in the way of Union Gaming.
It does, and a great effort there coming from Beat. He was able to find a double kill, and they had no idea who was even waiting towards bar. So Doctor gets found. X7. He does know that they are still here on top of bar, and I think he's might actually get an angle on him if he's not careful, Maker here. So Maker, still, I believe that was his last breaching charge or second to the last. So have to be very wary of the utility usage right now. Hasib, he's gonna have to try and go for the plant here, if anything, because well, Maker is going to have to support him too when he does go for it. They do have 2 Evil Eyes still on site, one on either side, I do believe, one in Reading, one in Fireplace Hall. So they're going to have to try and remove him before anything else. But a good opening pick coming here from EX7. Hasib's going to go down. It's going to be a 1v2 situation now. Maker, he is the Ash, and so he does have the firepower to pull this off, but will he be able to is the question. He has dropped now here down towards pillars. I think they know exactly where he's going to be pushing. Inside, Sparko is going to be waiting in mining room. They do call him out. He's going to be core towards the red hallway, but in the end, EX7 will shut him down. 2 frags for him to end that thing. And Union Gaming are looking on pace here for a flawless half.
Unfortunately, the small size of Ash's hitbox and 5-speed Ashes wasn't able to save Maker in this round, but boy, oh boy, Union Gaming are looking to close this match out with almost no response coming out on the sides of Mercenaries. And, you know, I think it's just the coordination that we see from Union Gaming. You know, Beat played that top floor so supremely well that it was almost impossible for Mercenaries to have won that round because of just the amount of pressure that they were putting and how long it took them to get something as simple as control of the site. And looking at the scoreboard, Jittery, he's feeling good, Sparko's feeling good, but it's not like the rest of the team haven't been doing bad at all. Beat has been picking up his game, Sandy's been picking up his game, and you know, it just shows the strength of this team of being able to play off each other. And Mercenaries, you know, they still have a lot to go, and they still can absolutely win this, but it's going to be a long fight that they have to really slug through to make sure they can get there. All we can hope is they haven't lost all the steam from Clubhouse.
And that's you know, like a good case study on what roamers can really do for your defense, is that you don't necessarily have to hold off, right, the attackers from getting into sight. You just have to delay them enough to get enough kills that when they actually do go into sight, it's going to be very unfavorable for them because you wasted so much time that they're pressed on time and they're pressured now to actually try and make an execute happen make a proper execute happen in the first place. And so a good job there from Mute, especially on Beat on the Mute, to bring things really heavily in the favor of Union Gaming after finding those 2 opening picks. Of course, with Doctor being one of them, the Jackal removed, a lot of the roamers were able to play freely after that, and that really kind of spelled the doom there for Mercenaries. But here, 5-0 on the board, and Union Gaming are going to have to, well, just sit tight here because they're well underway, on pay and on parse. Well, let me get my words up correctly. On the way and on proper path to making a good flawless half already come in.
But you know what that flawless half might end with? A
What?
mining defense.
Oh no.
Oh my god, I was waiting for you to give me the reins to just go ham here. Beat's gonna be pushing up because here we go. Here's the aggression. Makers noted, and I believe Mercenaries have noted the way that that Union Gaming have been playing this bottom floor site. Sorry, this bottom floor here. But my oh my, am I happy to see mining being played right now. They've got the castle, which is actually a very, very nice addition to make sure that Maker has to use a lot of utility. But unfortunately, the Kaid of Sparko will go down to Fatah. That is a good pick for the first one. But guess what? It doesn't matter if you get a pick because Union Gaming are right there for the refrag. Fatah will have to crawl away to safety as the rest of Union Gaming, mostly EX7 and Beat, will have to come and save his life. He will be watching the red stairs on his drone. And now we see what the rest of the team can do. See, the thing here is that even if you were to get rid of Beat and EX7, you still have so much control from the top floor and the middle floors that you can use. So it's not like Union Gaming are completely lost if they lose EX7 and Beat. But
Yeah.
the only reason why they would be is on the basis that they've lost 2 members in like a very, very short amount of time. And Me7 is going to start peeking up here, looking into Freezer, and EX7 will get a first kill into Fatah. There we go. Here's what we love to see. Looks like there's going to be 2 people fighting this Buck who is stuck inside of Freezer, as he's going to get flashed. Me7 will get 1 onto Beat. Can he get the second onto EX7? No, he cannot. EX7 is going to be able to survive this one more time. What can you do, EX7? Can you make this a 2-on-3? And he will be very, very low, just under 25 HP, and the swing will come out. Nothing of it. A 2v3 scenario now for Union Gaming against Mercenaries on this final section of the Union Game defense. Sandy's going to know that someone's coming up the red stairs. He will see the feet of, I believe it was Doctor, but won't be able to take the kill. We'll give the information to Sandy. Oh, sorry, we'll give the information to Jittery, who's been having absolutely a wonderful game. Hasib's going to push out, take a few shots into the legs of Jittery, but nothing will come of it. Maker is going to also pre-fire that window, but Jittery's going to be crouched right underneath the window, saving his own life. Will he run out for it? I don't believe so. But here we go. The red push is going to happen. Sandy shuts down 1. Can he shut down 2? No, not enough. Doctor will be able to get the kill, but the diffuser is down. 19 seconds. And Mercenaries will pick up their first win of the half and of the map by salvaging what could have been a very disastrous end on the mining defense.
1-5 on the board as we move into the second half here in Mercenaries. Well, that was the first round, and it's very interesting to see how we saw there for the side of Union Gaming actually play on Fireplace Hall and mining, because they really take this philosophy of going vertical kind of the opposite way around and flip it on its head, right? Typically, you want to go up to down, from top down, but in this case, the way that they hold mining is from down to up. They reinforce kitchen and hold kitchen and have Pulse Nitrocell deny from down to up. Of course, it never got there because they actually cleared out kitchen before the Pulse could even do that. And even if they bring 4 Nitrocell operators, well, they didn't give them a chance to even get that going. So now we're going to have the IQ switch out here for X7 rather, on the Jackal. You're switching out, and they're going to be playing now on the 3F Bar and 3F Cocktail Lounge. Mind you guys, as far as map number 1 and map number 3 are concerned, this is the very first top floor site we've seen this entire series.
And this makes me very happy for this map to finally see Bar being played. As much as I love mining and Fireplace, you know, it is good to have a bit of tradition and a bit of structure to your defense here, and we will see a very kind of standard lineup coming here. Unfortunately, with the mirror band, there's a lot less that you can do with, especially the cocktail walls, but I'm sure Mercenaries have prepped for this and have their workarounds. And so now we will move into the half, where Mercenaries are really going to have to put a lot of pressure here to be able to take back some semblance of control.
Some semblance of control is what they really need to kind of shape up here and mold into fruition, because, well, they're honestly slipping right now, 5-1 on the board, and they need to make something happen here. Otherwise, Union Gaming are going to be up at match point, and that's not what they want to give up here if they want to be able to be one of the representatives, for possible representatives rather, in the 6th Invitational for APAC. So Literally here moving his way up, and it seems like they're going to be focusing their attack towards the top floor. That's what I would do. They probably want to open here the big wall into Piano from Red Stairs, and they do have the operators to do so. Yes, they do have the Hibana, but I would have liked to see maybe a Thermite. Of course, Ace better, but their Ace is banned, so they can't pull him out. And this is really where, the game of Rainbow Six starts not before your action phase, not during the preparation phase, but really during your banning phase and even map picking phase. And so them banning Ace is really going to play a factor here. And that's exactly why they know that, the top four is going to be a really strong site for them to play first and foremost.
And Sandy's brought out the Nomad, which we actually talked about before during the ban phase, is a very, very kind of important operator here, especially when you have people like Doctor who are going to be scanned out by the Jackal. Like, you are able to have so much control and destroy so much kind of pressure that the defense is able to set up just because of the placements of your air jabs and those kind of Jackal tracks there. And so we will see Union Gaming begin their push onto the final, what could possibly be one of the final few rounds of this map and match in general. And so we will see Union Gaming taking their time, checking their drones, making sure everything is okay. Sandy's going to be holding the flanks of White Stairs White Stairs door, as the rest of Mercenary seems to kind of have just played this passive. They don't really want to take the gunfights. They know that Union Gaming are really, really good at these fragging situations, so it's not exactly like they can do very much. And Beat will go for two quick little nades to clear out any roamers to make sure that no one's hiding behind it, and we'll still have Sandy looking to cover. As we move into the final minute of this round, still no death, still no action, but we are going to be very, very close here. Maker hiding inside reading, although he doesn't necessarily have any explosives to push the attacking team back with, he can still be an absolute nuisance for the rest of the round, as Barco's fiddling with the X-Kairos charges, trying to see which one works best in this situation. We'll open things up with Beat onto Me7, but Doctor will refrag onto Beat. Now it's a 4v4, you've lost a Sledge for a mute. Very, very worthy trade, considering that Sledge has a lot of potential, but the C4 from Me7 was not used. So there you go. You have a lot of power here. 20 seconds left. It's time to move. The pedal is now. The time is now. Union Gaming, where are you at? Maker able to take down Jittery. Doctor able to follow up. Ooh. Doctor with 3 now for the round onto Sandy, and Patar will close out the rounds. Mercenaries could possibly start their comeback here.
They've won the opening 2 rounds of the second half already off some great exemplary individual plays, of course, but good team play as well. I think the problem there from Union Gaming was they took so long to even try and take control of Piano. By the time they actually opened the big wall into Piano from Red Stairs, it was a minute left on the clock. And so you cannot let yourself be really held back that much, because otherwise you're going to be bled for time. Look, they did not even get anywhere near close towards Cocktail or towards getting a plant off, because, well, they were bled for time. Minute left on the clock, and they've only really controlled Red Stairs and Cigar Balcony. And you want a bit more control if you're going to go for a bar plant, unless you have the proper operators and the proper utility to support, some kind of rush smoke plant. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult to pull off. And they're going to be switching now and flexing to the Maverick, very interestingly enough. Are we going to Fireplace? Do not tell me we are. Oh, we're going to Kitchen. Okay, so Kitchen coming out now, and I was a bit worried there, but also a bit excited in a way.
But yeah, we will see what looks to be possibly a comeback for Mercenaries. They seem to have found their groove a bit more, and now they will most likely look to kind of shift a bit of the momentum away from Union Gaming in their favor here, as Fatar will punch a few holes inside the bar. He's feeling a bit rowdy. He's had a few drinks and some things like that. And Legion, loves to have a little bit of fun. But we see the Tesla truck hollow on the mute of Me7's MP5K, and we see a lot of kind of this upstairs roaming potential from Maker with the cams of Doctor to assist, especially when they're going to do things such as open up mining, opening up train to kind of get a lot of those long angles, as Union Gaming will begin their attack on this 8th round of our best of 3s.
8th round coming in here, and will Mercenaries be able to string a 3rd round in a row to give them a flawless half so far? That's the question. But now, we can see here, roaming towards the top floor, Maker is going to pose quite a problem, as if you're not going to leave him, if you're going to leave him unchecked, then he's going to be able to cause havoc as he falls back and collapses onto the site. Sandy's still here from spawn, interestingly enough. The rest of them have already pushed in towards Bakery, and I think they're going to want to open up Bakery wall right now. We do see right there. I believe a flanking Fatar there towards Bakery. And yeah, he actually is playing inside Coat, actually, if anything. To hold off the red stairs and not let them push into small Bakery. Sandy and the Maverick here on the X7 are going to be trying to divert their attention towards opening the big Bakery wall, in which case they do have some soft destruction here on Boot with the, or Beat, rather, with the Sledge to open that wall up afterwards. But no denial coming in from them for now, from the side here of Mercenaries as well. It doesn't seem like Fatar really wants to contest or push up here towards the small bakery and find a frag. Even with the information, they have a Valkyrie cam, which is perfectly placed to give them the information of what they're trying to do right now. Still, not going to capitalize on that. And I think they're going to try and open the entire big bakery wall. Didn't you see that? They went from all the way to
Yeah.
the left to all the way to the right. You typically would only open one side, right? But in this case, they're going to try and open the entire
Oh,
dang
no.
thing. And that nade doesn't even land. They can just sledge it out.
And looks like we will see the result of that, as I think EX7's, had a rough time with the wall, and he's decided, you know what, now's not the time. And Jittery will take a lot of damage there, almost down to 10 HP, as this final push with a bit more than a minute left is going to start coming out. Wonderful opening kill from EX7 onto Hasibia. That's your Kai going, that's a possible C4 going, but the long angles still exist. 3 of the members of Mercenaries are still on the top, like middle floor, and there's nothing to contest them. Seems like Union Gaming are going to go for a hard lateral push here, as Fatah seems to be the only one left to defend this, who's placed on red stairs. So if they push Bakery and things like that, there isn't really much left to save them. And Sandy will be watching as Fatah gets a kill onto B, and now it's a final push for Fatah with 2 for the round, EX7 with the second, and now Maker's going to trade out EX7. It's a 2v3 scenario, Jittery very low, but Sparky's going to even things up a bit, taking out Maker. It's a 2v2 situation now. 25 seconds left on the clock. Sparky's going to go very, very deep into the site, hoping to God that Jittery is able to cover him, as Jittery's going to walk down red stairs. Are you going to see Fatah? No, you're not. And it's a 1v2 situation. Fatah with a triple kill, and Doctor's looking to find some verticality here. Sparko is going to start the peak here, unable to get it. Fatah with a quad kill will give Mercenaries their 3rd round of this map.
A spectacular round there going to Fatar. 4 kills for him. The last one going to Maker. The 5th, rather, going to Maker. And so, a great roam game coming here from the side of Mercenaries. And they, so far, have a flawless half. 3 rounds in a row. And it's looking a lot better for them here in the defensive side than it was on the attacking side. Good job coming in from Mercenaries. And, well, Hasib does disconnect. Hopefully, he's going to be able to reconnect before the timer runs out once again, just like his teammate was able to a while ago on the side of, I think it was Sandy who disconnected a while ago.
I think so, yeah.
Real quick, and, well, hopefully that's the case. If not, they might call for a rehost here, if anything. But 5-3 on the board. Union Gaming only a single round away from getting into match point, but still have not gotten over that hump yet. Hasib has finally returned with 10 seconds left on the clock for the 6th pick, and so, yeah, will he be even allowed to pick? Yes, he will. Caveira, I doubt. That's a 6th pick coming underway. He's going to switch over to a smoke, and we're going to be playing on Reading Room and Fireplace Hall.
Man, I really want to know what kind of computers these guys have that they can connect this quickly. I need me one of
Right.
those ones, blue.
They got
But
a super
yeah,
SSD.
they got that 3090s packed right in there to make sure that they can, the GPU isn't working too hard there. But yeah, as we move into the 9th round here, we will see Union Gaming looking like they're going to have to take something along the lines of a timeout, or at least like a mental break, to kind of relieve the kind of pressure they must be feeling right now. After all, they've just lost 3 rounds in a row, and obviously that's going to have an effect on you no matter how you feel about the team that you're going against. And we will see that Mercenaries are going to bring out Ogoyo here, and I think that the Goyo is fairly understandable, much like the way that the previous match a few hours ago, CHE and Q Confirm played it. They're most likely going to have the Goyo as extra utility that teams are going to have to dump, especially when you have things like a Wamai that is stacked up behind in Pixel to make sure that those things don't have any power. And Doctor is actually going to set up something very interesting here. I've never seen this before. Is he going to go for like a C4 throw? I'm not sure exactly what the plan is here, but he's opened up the top of the red stairs hatch that leads directly to the roof, and I think he's going to try and lob a C4 out of it. As Jittery lobs a nade through, and Doctors is opening up a bit more here, and I'm really interested to see what he's got left. I think he's going to prep a C4 for it. Yes, he is. Oh, what are you trying to kill here? Are you trying to kill? I think he's trying to blue. I think he's trying to kill the reading, like the pillar stair window. But no worries, nothing will happen of that, as looks like EX7 will be able to pick up a kill alongside B. And now it's a 5v3 situation. Union Gaming looking like they have a lot of control in this round, and still 2 minutes left on the board.
Yeah, yeah, it's the only reason why I'd see Doctor even try to open that. Unfortunately, it doesn't come into fruition. I do believe though he was trying to kill the window player with that. That's the only angle I can see him throwing it towards.
Right.
From out the nitrocell on top of the hatch, and
Hmm.
so hopefully we're gonna see more of that later. I want to actually see it work. That would be such a pleasure. I've never seen that done yet. I've
Oh,
yet to
no,
see that.
the
Maybe
reflex sight.
Oh, the reflex side coming there, but I see he was able to find an opening kill on new X7. So that's going to bring things back their way just a bit. He's going to get another kill here
Oh,
from Doctor this time. It's going to be a 3v3 situation now. Though, the trade-off coming in from Sandy to bring things back in their favor now, Union Gaming. This might be a round going to them finally in this half. The only round that has looked good for them, to be quite honest with you. Fatar and Hasib, the last two SAS members left alive here. The air service. What can they do in this situation? Jittery right around the corner. Will he be able to expect Fatar playing this softball destructed wall? He is playing there right now inside the laundry room, and he has to be careful of the hatch right above him inside Cocktail, because I do believe that Beat might be looking to play that.
hmm. And as well as this, with a minute left on the clock, it seems like Union Gaming have stalled out. They want to get a bit more intel here as Vitar's holding a very, very tight angle. I think he's expecting someone to push in through the fireplace kind of crouch hole, not necessarily from 90, as Beat's going to start sledging open the wall, the floor to try and create a lot of pressure. But there goes Beat. He's sent straight away to the ground by Fatar, as Fatar's going to peek on wide, get the kill onto Jittery. Here we go, 1v2 situation, 1v1 situation. Sandy looking for the 4K in this round to give Union Gaming their match and map and match point here. And with 30 seconds left on the clock, he's going to have to push very hard here. Steve doesn't really have to do much. He has to wait him out. He's got 3 smoke canisters left, so he can do a lot of work here. Pre-fire's coming out. Sandy, still with a bit more HP, looking for the rotate into laundry. So is Hasib. The flash comes out. He's completely flashed. And Sandy will give Union Gaming the ability to go to map point, match point.
A great play there by Sandy. I believe he got a triple kill that round, did he? Or was it just
It was a 4K. It was a 4K.
It was a 4K. Even
Yep.
more than what I expected there. So good job there. Even on the Nomad, able to frag out, and wow, just a good play. Finally, that was the first round where, like, off the bat from the first minute alone, already looked so much better for the side of Union Gaming than it did during the previous opening 3 rounds of the half. Because, you know, the opening 3 rounds of the half, you could tell that, like, what are Union Gaming doing? They're very slow right now, and it's not the Union Gaming that we were seeing these previous 2 maps when they played on Clubhouse and Consulate. And so that previous round that we just played there, right now on round number 9, really looked so much better from right off the bat. And I'm hoping, as they're going to be playing here in 3F Bar and 3F Cocktail, that we're going to see more of that nitro cell out the hatch. And while it does happen, we've seen it, yes, happen when the hatch is already opened and somebody's playing inside red stairs and throw a nitro cell out to get the kill. I have not seen somebody intentionally make a hole in the hatch to throw out and deny the window player. So I'm hoping to see that more, because that would make one heckin' clip, really.
Talk about that. I mean, could you imagine if that actually worked? We'd be seeing ourselves in a Jaeger himself video, you know?
I know,
That's
right?
that's like the pinnacle of a caster, you know, to be able to say that I casted a clip that was on Jaeger himself. And I'm
Right.
really disappointed that it wasn't able to do anything. But yeah, like looking at the side of Union Gaming, you can very obviously see by like the frags and the assists and things like that, that the team is playing very kind of structured and together. Like, if you look at them, all of them except for Beat are on 7 or so kills, whereas on the side of Mercenaries, they have been playing very much in a one-sided kind of scenario in which a player such as Fatar is going to be able to frag out heavily, but there isn't very much that can come off it. So yeah, I'm very interested to see what Mercenaries have adapted from last round into this.
It might just be the last round of this series and of the day here.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
no.
me from Mercenaries does get disconnected. And this is not what they needed right now. They're down 6-3, and this nitro cell might actually find a frag. No, it doesn't. That doesn't even do damage. Almost seemed like it might. A good effort there from Doctor to try and, you know, he had to throw like a Hail Mary pass, really, after losing that member there. And so, in the end, it does not work out for them, but they still can bring us back. All hope is not lost just yet. They still do have 4 members here, and, well, they've been fragging out as well on this half specifically. This half has looked a lot better for them. Me has returned. He's not going to be able to play an operator, but he can play the cams for them for information. And so that's really where he's going to be needed to help out on right now.
Especially given the fact that Valkyrie and Maestro are up on the board and there's no IQ to stop them. You know, Siege, death is not the end of the game. It is not the end of your contribution to your team. You can still make an impact, and we will see. And I think arguably that's even actually quite good for Me7 because now he can be dedicated on it rather than having to worry about like what utility he have to deal with or what kind of operators are existing on the board. As Doctor will be downed, and Hasib will get one onto Jittery, two onto Beat, EX7, and a third onto EX7. EX7 only being able to take out Fatar in the meanwhile, while it's all up to Sandy and Sparko to recover this one. Looks like Mercenaries didn't need Me7. It looks like they've been able to make this their own. The Wamai will come out. Sandy's going to have to run away from being flashed himself, as he will not be able to see the White Stairs peak. But looks like Maker's able to take out Sandy, and Hasib with a 4K to respond onto Sparko. And Mercenaries take a round that did not look to be theirs.
Hasib with just a incredible Herculean play to bring things back. 4 versus 5 to start things off of the disconnect from Hasib, and well, they didn't need him for that one. But this one, they're definitely going to want him back here as we're moving into round number 11, 6-4 on the board. And well, it is neck and neck really right now. One more round and they're going to be able to cut down the deficit to just a single round in between them. But of course, they are at match point, so there is still a small hill to climb coming here from the side of Mercenaries. But there's a lot more doable now, and there is light at the end of the tunnel. They could potentially get themselves a chance to represent APAC here, or will Union Gaming take it by the horns and push on forward? We're going to be playing on the kitchen site, and Vigil is going to come out here, Mozzie as well, Kaid, Legion, and Melusi. So, what does this tell us? I think they're going to go for kind of a roam here. Fatar, I don't doubt, is going to play inside Coat once again. Maker is probably going to be playing on the top floor like he was a while ago, with the Mozzie pests there from Merc to support him.
Wanted to point out as well, Hasib, I was going to make a joke about, you know how Maestro has a huge backpack on his back,
Yeah.
and you know how it doesn't have a hitbox? That's actually Hasib carrying the entirety of Mercenaries in that round, you know? He's feeling good, he's having a good time, and even if they lose it, they can know that at the very least it wasn't a 7-0 loss at the very, very end. But moving into this final round now, we have the Melusi coming out, which I don't think we've seen very much of in this series, and not just in this map, but also in the other two maps. I don't think Melusi was played very often, was it, Blue?
Not really. There are a few rounds where we did see the Melusi. I mean, on Clubhouse, we saw her a bit more, especially when they were holding on basement. We did actually see Melusi, yes, and we did see her on the basement of Consulate. But in this round specifically, in this map rather, on Cafe, not really. I think there was only one round where, I think it was Mercenaries actually. No, rather Union Gaming who did pull out the Melusi for a single round. But otherwise, no, this is like the second time we've seen Melusi this entire map, and with her even being unbanned, it can be quite uncharacteristic sometimes, given the nature of these two teams. And so we can see here playing inside the bar is going to be Fatar there on the Legion. Peeking out the skylight actually is Maker, and so he has to be careful on this. It's going to be very dangerous for him, but if they do not expect this, they know he's somewhere here because he popped the cloak, and they know that the drones can obviously tell that. And so he has to be very careful of what he's doing right now. It can either work out very well for him and potentially have a frag, but no, he's going to give himself away, has to fall back in the site here into reading, and well, we're going to get complete control now of the top floor.
And with 1 minute left, or 1 minute already taken out of the round, we see that Union Gaming have been able to push Mercenaries off. But a wonderful run out coming out here from Maker. He was not happy with what he had, and now he'll be making his rotate all the way back through White Stairs. He has to run all the way, but won't be able to finish it off, as he'll be downed outside and will crawl away. Fatar having to cover him, but Jittery will swing on by, grabbing the kill, and now it's a 4v4 situation here. You lost the Vigil for Hibana. Arguably, that trade works in the favor of Mercenaries, especially considering that Jittery goes down as well. Me7 picking up the slack from where you got disconnected last round. Diffuser also dropped outside. Oh, he's going for more. Me7 is. He could throw the C4, but he decides not to. Beat is looking around, trying to find him and reading. Looks like the game is having a bit of a PowerPoint slide presentation going on, but we will be fine. We will push through this, ladies and gentlemen. EX7 looking to spot some more feet from these kind of vertical holes. Yes, Me7 has already decided to dip and just hang outside inside the kitchen. And E7, I believe, EX7 will be able to scan his feet. There you go, there's your Mozzie. But it won't really matter because Me7's already at the bottom. And so Beat and the rest of Union Gaming will begin their push towards the bottom floor site.
Fatar here playing the corner in VIP. They have to be careful of him. While it is a long angle, it's one he's already pre-holding, and if you walk into the sides, Fatar has been known to be holding his kitchen very well. They do place an air jab here towards the top of red stairs, and so they don't have to worry about that for now. The auto sideline is being opened here by Beat to try and get something going for the side here of Union Gaming, but 20 seconds left on the clock and taking 15 really, and they still do not have a good foothold in the site, and this is looking really well right now for the Mercenaries as well.
Oh,
a good find here
no.
for Fatar. This is exactly what I meant. He's going to play this very aptly, and Doctor is going to find the
Whoa.
frag on the X7. 5 seconds left on the clock. Beats are going to get shut down here. There's nothing he can really do. Pulls out the SMG-11, but time is not in his way, and Doctor will deal his own medicine. That's going to be 6-5 now. Still in the favor of Union Gaming, but a single round away from going into overtime here in Mercenaries.
Oh, with the hip fire BM to cap it all off, Mercenaries are feeling good. They have made a sizable comeback, losing only 1 round in the past 6 to put themselves, in the past 5 to put themselves in this position. And you know, it's crazy to think that before this, we saw Union Gaming up 5-1 at one point. You know, they have managed to pull this back in a way that is incredible and is definitely commendable. But now we move to reading Fireplace. Looks like they don't like me very much and don't want to go to mining, but we will see as Maker transfers himself from the Bandit to the Alibi and actually onto the Warden, and that is going to be a very interesting pick. I think that they want to kind of counter out a lot of the smokes that come from Jackal or the flashbangs that can come from Nomad, especially when playing behind things like shields and things like that. So we have to see just how powerful that Warden really is.
We are at match point, really tournament point here right now. Both these teams, Union Gaming and Mercenaries. Will Mercenaries be able to push us in overtime, or are Union Gaming going to get the last round of regulation going their way? So, reading room once again is where we're going to be playing on, and they're going to be reinforcing, of course, Cocktail here. You have to. They do have on their side, once again, the Warden, and so I believe he's going to play very deep inside reading once again. The mute as well is probably going to help out on the second floor there on Fatar. He's been playing exemplary when playing closer towards Pixel. And me as well, pulling at the Malusi. We're not seeing her too much of the Malusi actually earlier in the game, but now finally bringing her and she's coming into the fold. All the shotguns actually here in the side. Never mind. I thought Maker had a shotgun as well. He's actually going to be the MPX, and so
Wait,
quite a
is
bit
he,
of firepower.
is he using the MPX?
Yeah, he was using the MPX.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it looks like we will see a kind of similar setup to what we've seen before on the side of Mercenaries with this hold. And looks like Union Gaming will try to find a lot of the same kind of power and the same kind of clearing that they did before. Clearing that top floor, making sure that things are in check, and then moving down from. Okay, yes, he is using the MPX. You were right, my bad. But yeah,
It's all good.
looks like it looks like Union Gaming will look to try and kill this comeback before it finishes its journey.
Will they be able to, though, is the question. They're going to be droning out here at the top of red stairs, checking piano as well, and making sure that nobody's towards the guard. They're going to have to clear this out if they really want to make sure, but they've already downed here Maker, so that's going to be a free frag going to them. Maker a bit too over-eager, to say the least, to get a frag there, and that's certainly not going to pan out his way. That is, I think, just going to scan. Oh, actually, no, he's going to get Fatar, so they now know that there is a player here towards Pixel, and Maker has successfully dropped down towards the hatch. Very, very good adjustment. I believe that was shot down from underneath so that he can finally fall down and get himself to safety.
And now we will see, with 1 minute 40 left on the clock, what can Mercenaries do to hold on. Mute will be spotted out. That's Fatar. Again, he has been spotted out. Maker will walk out with his life, but the rest of the Mercenaries are chilling all by the white stairs. You know, they want to have a little bit of a chat before they absolutely go to town on this Union Gaming team. And Me7's going to readjust by planting him on Lucy at the bottom of white stairs, while Sandy peeks down the white stairs himself at the top of it, making sure and trying to see if there's anything they can do. Jittery going to run on by. Can he get the kill? No, Maker will find one, and I think so will Hasib. Hasib actually finding 2 there. Jittery getting a refrag onto Hasib, but now it is a 2v4 situation, and looks like Union Gaming once more will have the door closed on them by Mercenaries, who have absolutely made this round their own. And with 55 seconds left on the clock, Doctor is just chilling in the middle of the corridor here as Sparko begins to slowly work his way down. The camera has spotted him, which means he's going to need to start moving. He will pull out the X-Kairos, but hope he realizes that there's no damage. Will he be able to see the feet of Doctor, however? That's right in front of the drone hole. Not a lot of people know about that, as Sparko doesn't know that Doctor is there and just runs straight into him. Beat now in a 1v4 scenario here. He'll be able to tag the feet of Vitar, but it is futile, especially with 25 seconds, bit more than 25 seconds left on the clock. Kobe coming out from Me7, but nothing there. Beat is going to work his way down the stairs now, especially by missing that patch into laundry as Me7 holds a tight angle. 15 seconds left. Looks like he's going to just try and save his KD as the rest of MercenarieZ play passive and look to secure the 6th round on the board.
We're moving into overtime as MercenarieZ somehow bring it back from a 5-1 deficit going into the half. And this defense of theirs has been spectacular. A good round, a good job, and great half coming from MercenarieZ. And what a nail-biter of a game we have here as we move into overtime. Round number 13 coming underway. Union Gaming on the attack, MercenarieZ on the defend, and they've been spectacular on the defense here. Of course, Cafe is quite defender-sided, but still, things are not to be put to a moot point as Union Gaming are obviously going to be doing their best here and their darndest to try and bring this one back. They cannot let this get to them, honestly, mentally. They just gave up a 4-round lead. It was 5-1 coming to the half, and it's such a huge, mentally draining thing when you know that you were at the cusp of winning. Still, you're dragged back into the court, into the ring to fight once more. So 10 frags apiece here for X7 and Jittery, 12 for Fatar, Doctor with 11. We're going to move now around here into round number 11. I believe we're playing on, I didn't catch it before we moved out. We're going to be playing on Kitchen once again.
But yeah, with overtime now comes a whole nother set of expectations. Even though MercenarieZ may feel like they're completely impossible, they still have a little bit more that they have to do. And Union Gaming now realize that they have to pick up the slack here. They can't just sit around and hope to God that MercenarieZ makes more mistakes, because that's not just going to happen anymore. And we'll see if Atar taking his aggression out on the bar a bit more, trying to open up some punch holes to give himself and his team some more lines of sight. The real question is, how useful will it really be? Me7 with the Mozzie pests, just kind of denying a lot of intel. Mozzie really powerful in the meta, especially with how kind of heavy teams like to use drones. When combined with the Vigil, makes for a really hard roam to handle with if you're the attacking side. And it takes something like a Jackal to be able to counter that, as we see EX7 being put on, as Union Gaming will begin their attack on the first round of overtime, but in our last match, and the decider for who moves on to the next round of our APAC 6 Invitational closed qualifier.
It really looks like here Union Gaming want to have no part in having to deal with the roamers, because they pull out EX7 here with the Jackal, and they also pull out the Nomad and Sandy. And so this tells us that, like, okay, just do our thing, let go of the roamers, find them out if we have to, but really, we don't want to deal with them. They know Maker is somewhere here towards Cocktail Lounge, and the drone, he does let it pass. Nice skin there, too, to bring things to gold, but hell. Hopefully, they're going to be able to flush him out for the sake of Union Gaming, because otherwise, Maker, we know what he can do, and they might just let them meet their Maker a bit too early here already. They'll be clearing out the cigar side. Piano is clear as well. Checking Pixel. There is a player actually here on Pixel for the side of Union Gaming, as X7 has pushed his way up, but Maker knows he has to fall back right now. He is very low on health, maybe 10 HP left on him. A single bullet is all it needs, and here's the ping about to come out. That's Mozzie being pinged out here on Me7. He is inside the site though, so they're not really going to be able to work with that information at the end of the day. Jittery gonna try and drone in. A bit of a blunder there on the drone, but Beat is going to finally shut down Me7 there on the Mozzie end, while Maker is still very low.
And with 1:15 on the clock, Union Gaming can now look to create a lot of these open holes and open ceilings in order to kind of give themselves a lot more room to deal with, give them verticality in which they can play around and find the rest of the roamers, and subsequently get this round on the board for them. With a minute left on the clock, EX7 sees the absolute cluster of footsteps right hidden in that rotate. He will walk into what looks to be the worst kind of athlete's foot that anyone's ever seen, and EX7 would take about 50 HP of damage. MercenarieZ still able to win this, especially if they hold out for time. As Seeb has taken to the bakery side, there isn't very much that he can do here other than just wait things out. Sparko will go in his drone one more time. Looks like there's not much intel that that Union Gaming can use in order to gain a lot of control here, especially with 30 seconds left on the clock. You really have to start going now if you're Union Gaming. There's not much time. You can't just drop down the hatch because everyone's going to be watching it. Mercenaries are just going to have to hold out. Mercenaries might actually win this, especially if people like EXG or EX7 are going to go down like that. It's 15 seconds left on the clock. Union Gaming have to start pushing out now. Vatar's going to lose a lot of HP. It's all up to Hasib here, and he'll get the kill onto Jittery. But now it's a 3v2 situation. Sparko realizes that someone's there. Hasib with the triple kill gets the revolver kill, and it's all up to Hasib. He'll get a quad kill. Can he get the ace? No, he will be denied by time, but Mercenaries will take the first round of overtime.
What a round! That almost seemed like it was meant to go to Union Gaming's way. They found the opening pick, and then coming into it, they also found the man advantage too. As they were making their way, the time did seem well. Of course, they had to drop down the hatch, which is never favorable, but in that case, still, great play coming from Hasib, able to find the pick, going around with the revolver kill, bring it like the Wild West, and going for a rehost here, it seems. Beat, and well, our match is not going to end just yet, as it seems like we might go back into a lobby.
And we will just see, and we will get the confirmation from production that we are going to move to a rehost. But my oh my, this game is really starting to shape up, and especially it's not really just starting to shape up, it's starting to be a bit of a blockbuster finale with two rounds left, ladies and gentlemen. It has sucked the life out of me, this game, but my god, what an absolute play here. It's 2 a.m. right now where I'm casting, so apologies if I do sound a tiny bit quiet. But as we move on to the kind of final 2 rounds here for the overtime in our final map, we have Union Gaming looking to go on defense now. And, Hasib, traditionally a support player, this is his second round. He's had to carry the team of Mercenaries to the final, to the end line. The first round, he did it with Maestro with a wonderful little piece of the resistance, and then in comes this round. He swings with Kaid. It doesn't even matter if he's run out of bullets in the org. He's got the revolver. He's ready to go hunting. And I think that shows a lot about Mercenaries and their faith in their support players at this time. So what do you think Union Gaming are going to do for this final defense round, Blue?
Well, the thing is, they have been playing on the attacking side, right? And now as they move into defensive, they're not warmed up yet, as they're going to be switching over to the half. But I do think that they do have a good chance of bringing it into a final round, as tying it up 7-7 does seem manageable right now for the side of Union Gaming. I think it's just, when they were playing on the defensive side a while ago, Union Gaming, they were actually doing really good. Their attack has been faltering, though, quite a lot. And so, as they're going to be moving into the defensive side this time, I do believe that we might actually go into a final round. We might actually go into a 13th round at the end of this. So, guys, what a game we already have on our hands. I mean, it's just been a non-stop back and forth from both of these teams. Hasib just putting the entirety of Mercenaries on his back twice now, with getting a 4K earlier during, when he wasn't playing on the Maestro, and then now, again, during the previous round on the Kaid, and both times that was on Kitchen, I believe. And so, no, actually, the first time with Maestro was on the top floor, rather, when they were holding Cocktail, and then now they actually do play on Kitchen. So, what an exemplary performance already coming from Hasib, and even if Mercs are not able to push past this game, that is still something super commendable coming from Hasib. But right now, it does look like that might happen. They actually might be able to make this comeback happen as well. They are up a round in overtime already, 7-6, and things are looking bright for them. The light is at the end of the tunnel, and I think the tunnel is slowly closing for the side of Union Gaming. They're going to have to open things up, though. They're going to have to really choose which site they want to play. Now, for the side of Union Gaming, I think the reading room site was their best site that they have played. Kitchen was okay. They never really played top floor, so we don't really have much information on that, but the reading room site was great. I don't know if they're going to be playing mining, but mining worked out well that one time that they actually did put out mining, and so we're going to see how things are going to play out here. I think the lobby is about almost ready to get going. Unfortunately, we had to, rehost things because, well, there's a bit of a server disconnect there, but yeah, that is
Yeah, but also the sound bugs in Siege have still kind of taken its toll, especially on the game. And as time goes on, these things are only just natural. But I just hope I am holding out hope. I'm crossing everything. I'm crossing toes. I'm crossing ears. I'm crossing noses. I hope they go for mining because I would feel very, very happy if they went for one last final YOLO strat onto onto mining and fireplace. But yeah, I have to agree, But I think what you said as well about how uh that Union Gaming haven't been playing defense at all is also the same for Mercenaries. They haven't been playing attack at all, and it's not exactly like Mercenaries were very good at the attack. If anything, the defense has had full control of this map the entire way through, with only one round being conceded on both sides. So looks like we will be jumping into the match right now, or at least very, very soon, as we are just making sure that we have some of the kind of technical aspects of the production set up and in proper line. But as we jump into the map, I have to ask you one more time, Blue. Who do you think is going to take this one?
Man, I can't even give you an answer, but I will try to just pull something out of the hat. Union Gaming coming into this were kind of my favorites to move past this match because, well, they look very good on map number 1, better than any team has this entire series. But Mercenaries have come alive and they have not let it come easy for the side of Union Gaming. As Mercenaries are going to be playing on the defensive, on the attacking side now rather, and Union on the defensive, it's really a crapshoot. We could really go into a final round, and I do think that Union might be able to bring us there, but Mercenaries are looking so good. Hasib has been a star right now, probably the best player right now in this map, and I don't doubt that Hasib is going to have more to come, but I do want us to go into a final defensive round on mining. I do believe that, it would be so fun to have everything on the line placed on mining and fireplace hall. Wouldn't that be a telltale sign to end things off strongly here?
You have no idea, Blue. If we end it on an absolute wild card banger such as mining and fireplace, oh boy, I'm gonna get to be able to tell everyone that, you know what, I don't even care. I'll take credit for it. I think, what I said about mining before the match, they were listening. It's only a 4-minute delay, so they absolutely could have done it. Um, obviously I'm joking there, but yeah, if we do go to something like that, it isn't necessarily out of the picture that Union Gaming can absolutely take it. And even then, Mercenaries, we don't know what they have. They could possibly have some really, really wacky kind of site ready to go in their back pocket, ready to go for this mining place that they're willing to throw out, just as not even just as a joke, but as like the situation just for like this, where both teams know the strategies and the kinds of both teams know the strategies and also the setups that they've been using. They know how they rotate and kind of how they play. But what if you throw all of that out like this? That's out of there. That's gone. That's already out of here. What can you do at that point? But looks like we are about to get ready as both teams look to be ready. And so when we are going to jump back in, we'll be jumping into the second round of overtime, the possible second of 3, and this is the deciding part of the match. This is the deciding end for this spectacular match. And as we jump in, oh boy, Blue, we're gonna have a real banger of a time.
I do think so. Let's see how things are going to close off here. The final third act now of our match as Mercenaries versus Union Gaming are coming underway. Round number 14 here. What a game. We're certainly going the distance. I do believe round 15 is a big chance to happen. Once again, guys, don't mind the scoreboard, as obviously when you rehost that kind of is a moot point, but here, round number 14 once again coming underway. I believe the same operators are supposed to be picked. So Malusi, Smoke, Wamai, Castle, and Kaid for the side of Union Gaming here. And for Mercenaries, Nobad Dibana, Buck, Zofia, and Blackbeard. So they're going to be playing on the first floor kitchen. Blackbeard to be switched around, very understandably. You don't really want to have Blackbeard when playing on 1F. Of course, maybe if you're holding on to reading, or if you're going to be attacking rather the top floor, then Blackbeard can definitely come into play. But in this case, you're going to pull out the Jackal instead because they know the Roamer is having quite a problem. And I believe that's exactly what Jittery is going to do there in the Mozzie as well. So it's really going to come down to this. Who is going to move past this? That's the question. The lobby is about to get going. And man, I'm just excited to get this going now already.
Yeah, this is going to be it. This is like ride or die for both teams here. For Mercenaries, this is what they need. This is the final little push they need to make. But for Union Gaming, this is just half of the battle. Even if they win this, they got to take another round, And so Mercenaries, you got to wonder, Are they feeling a bit more calm, do you think? Do you think they're like, we got one round in the bag, we can still relax, we can still win our next defense because we got something in the bag. Or do you think that they're also feeling the pressure like Union Gaming?
I'm sure the nerves were, starting to get to both of these teams for a while, but perhaps the rehost was enough to settle things down a bit, calm the nerves, and cool down, really. Overtime match point is we're just waiting for it to get underway really right now. Staring at this screen, it's almost like there we finally go. We're pushing
Hey,
in round
wonderful.
number 14 here, Sot, coming underway, and what a match is what's a series, what a day it has been already. We've been going for what 6 hours right now, and
Just over
man,
6 hours at this point. Yes, yes, yes.
just
Uh,
amazing already so far. The matches we've had here for the APAC closed qualifiers, guys. You are watching the streamlined broadcast of it. The hype is in the air, and it is now finally time to get things going. We're gonna be playing on
let's do
Kitchen
this.
X7. Gonna be, I think he's supposed to be placing these barricades towards Bakery normally, but he's going all the way to the top floor. I think they want to hold piano. Is that what they're doing? Why is the castle up here? I'm gonna want to see kind of like an overhead view to see exactly what's panning out right now. I want to go over to castle actually because him putting down his barricades is gonna be so huge, and the fact that yes, he's actually putting it down here inside train. So they're gonna be planning to hold train, if anything, train and mining. That's very interesting to see enough. This might be a one-off strat that might just be exactly what they need here, Mercenaries, to come out of this series.
And I think they're most likely using it so that it's a place that they can drop down to into train and things like that from the piano section. So I think that is actually the idea, is that they're going to hold this little slice of life kind of thing from the vertical angle here. And so what can mercenaries do in this situation? That is the real question. They've put this kind of team that has a lot of soft destruction, especially from Me7 on the buck, and so it isn't out of the ordinary to see this kind of utility that is going to be used onto the walls here. But with Me7 now on the CA instead of the Cammers DMR, we're going to have to see what he can do with it. Jittery's going to have a drone that's sniped and given to him for free. Now we have to see what mercenaries will do. Doctor on the Nomad, he's got a little bit of that loving juice of a air jab, ready and loaded, ready to go. Me7 will spot out Jittery after getting a very, very quick double check to make sure that he's there. And Vatar will continue the pinging and absolute tracking of this Mozzie as they push him back into Cocktail. Now Jackal's going to double down on that and prove that, okay, now he's on white stairs. We know where he is. Me7 doesn't see him though, and gets opening kill goes in the way of Union Gaming. That's a good start now. What can you follow it up with? Two. That's what you can follow up with, Jittery. That's what you can follow it up with. But Doctor will be able to get a refrag onto Sandy. Now it's a 4v3 scenario here with 1 minute 25 on the clock. Hasib has gone down. That's just Jackal, a huge operator for this kind of site, especially because they're all downstairs, and you can use that to be able to get a lot more intel, and also Buck, which is also incredibly powerful. But Fatar will swing and get EX7 will swing, but will be unable to get a kill. And that was a 3-on-3. Fatar taking a bit of damage, but that's not all right, because now we have the final push here with a minute left on the clock. What can mercenaries do? Are they ready to give up this round and fight another day, or are they willing to go all out and close this game out? Doctor going to flash down the white stairs with Fatar on pillars, looking to see what they can get. But it looks like every single member of Union Gaming is below. There is nothing to be worried about here if you're mercenaries. You need to start getting your push on. You need to start getting intel. Mozzie drone will be destroyed, but a C4 from Jittery will give him his third kill onto Fatar. That's your Hibana gone, and now you don't have any way of getting the hard walls open. And Jittery's just going to start peeking more. He's starting to get aggressive. He knows that the Nomad threw a flashbang somewhere, and now he's going to probably notice that it's in freezer. Making his way down bar corridor, looking to see if there's anything that he can peek, and he'll be able to get one onto B. A 2v2 scenario now, still very doable, especially when Doctor gets him up and gets another kill. It's all up to Jittery. It's a 1v2 scenario. Can he get the opening kill here to make it work? No, he will not. Mercenaries will be moving on for South Asia.
Man, it almost seemed like their Union Gaming were about to bring us into a final map, into round number 15 rather. They were able to find the opening pick, right? And rather, it was actually, Union Gaming on the defensive, able to find two opening picks there with the Mozzie coming in. They actually seemed like we were super gonna go towards the end of it, and really, Mercenaries somehow pull off an incredible clutch to get the win back going their way. I don't know how they did it. They just seemed to storm, and all the shots seemed to fall their way when it seemed so dire. 3 versus 5 situation against their favor, somehow able to bring it back. very, very great performances during that map from multiple players, really. But in the end, it's going to be MercenarieZ, who did almost seem like they were going to give up the entire series after looking at map number 1. I mean, let's be honest here. Map number 1, it seemed like Union were going to take the entire series 2-0 because they just won map number 1 7-1. And it seemed like MercenarieZ were already down for the count. You know, they were counting, they're just pretty much biding their time and delaying the inevitable. But in the end, after such an incredible series with, you know, Taha having to come in, having to sub in for the end of map number 1 and then most of map number 2, the entirety of map number 2 rather, still exemplary plays from MercenarieZ. They somehow bring it back. I don't even know how to really explain this as well. This has to be such a big thing for Hasib with how he's able to bring back this entire map. This would have not happened, mind you guys, without Hasib, without his exemplary Herculean plays, without him being Atlas and carrying the weight of the world, or rather his team, on the shoulders. This would have not happened. He single-handedly won them 2 rounds, 2 very important rounds that would have otherwise gone the other way. But guys, let's look at the bracket now and see how things are going to be shaping up as we are finally looking at Cyclops, Athlete versus MercenarieZ here are going to be facing off next week, or next time rather, as we're going to be finding out next week who is going to be moving on from Gets Gaming and Fav Gaming, also as well from Crest Gaming and Xavier Esports, of which I believe Blue Panda is supposed to be our caster for that.
But yeah, this pretty much concludes the end of today's stream from our end. It has been a lovely journey to be casting alongside you, Blue, for the past, 6 hours now? It's been a very, very long ride, but man, oh man, has it been enjoyable, and we got to see an absolute thrashing from Q Confirmed from CAG, and then we got to see just that absolute marathon, especially at the end, you know. Both teams were working really hard, and with all the rehosts, and especially with Google and YouTube literally crashing like worldwide, you know, it has been an absolute monumental effort, not just from teams, but also from everyone here at Streamline Media, especially the production and broadcasting teams as well. So I just want to give a bit of a thank you to them. You know, can't leave them out. They are the silent heroes for this, the ones who are observing and things like that. But at least for me, I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their day, afternoon, or night, no matter where it is. But this is Source Shape signing out for the rest of the cast.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in with us. We're going to find out what's going to happen on the other side of the bracket next Wednesday on December 16th. Same time, so do tune in. Blue Panda is going to be casting that. I'm not sure who the other co-caster will be, but you guys are going to find out very soon. For this, though, with me is Sot. I am Black and Blue. Thank you guys for tuning in here to the first day of the closed qualifiers for the 6th Invitational APAC region. Guys, this is a Streamline Media broadcast. We'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
My best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. I saw no shadow. I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow, but felt a glow. The warmth inside me kept me afloat. It felt like heaven had found my bones and gave me comfort when I feel alone. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. Best friend to 23. I heard the heavens crying above me. They gained an angel, I lost a friend. I felt like dying again and again. I went through hell, stared at death, but I keep fighting with each living breath. I saw no way out from where I stood. Felt like the fire had burned me through. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Better off, better off. I am wicked, you're insane. But I wouldn't have it any other way. If we're knocked out, we'll go the distance. Pound for pound, we're a perfect match. Pulling punches, or toe to toe, we're always on the road. We're so better, we can't stop, we can't stop. 'Cause together, we're better off, and we can. Better off, better off. Better off. I am crooked, you're clean cuts. I'm wide-eyed, your eyes are shut. If we're knocked out, we'll go the distance. Pound for pound, we're a perfect match. Pulling punches, or